go ahead and see how these two teams got here to Wheeling. Magnolia started off against Van with a big win, 54-22, and then tough matchup against Williamstown, defending state champions, and closely associated with that game. It was very close all the way to the end. They squeaked that game out 14-13, and then a very impressive win over Moorfield as well, 13-7. How did East Hardy get here, Chad?
East Hardy with had a couple of dogfights in order to get there. A tough win over Bishop Donahue, 23-20, and then a big win over Wheeling Central Catholic, 16-14. And then the semifinals brought in a very tough St. Mary's team, and East Hardy handled them quite well, 36-19, and that brings us here to Wheeling Island, Magnolia, and East Hardy for the Single A championship.
Let's go ahead and take a look at starters for today's ball game. And it looks like Magnolia did win the toss. Let's start with East Hardy, and playing on the line, Ricky Robinson, a junior, Austin Wetzel, Luke French, Dylan Fogel, and Ted Cassell all on the line. Then you got Aiden Funkhauser, Clay Scovron, Bryce Stroderman, Brett Tharp, Jesse Miller in the fullback position, and the quarterback for the East Hardy Cougars will be Corey McDonald. On the defensive side, you got Ricky Robinson, Dylan Fogel, Luke French, and Austin Wetzel all anchoring a very big defensive line. In the linebackers position, we've got Clay Scovron, Ted Cassell, Jesse Miller, and the defensive secondary makes up Bryce Stroderman, Corey McDonald, Brett Tharp, and Aiden Funkhauser. Magnolia starters, Chad.
The Magnolia Blue Eagles from Wetzel County. Offensive starters, left tackle Zach Hott, Hunter Brill, and Joe Lettergerber. Carter Seckman, Peyton McConaughey, all on the offensive line. Tight end number 83, Kyle Ritz. Peo Halahingano is a wide receiver. The other receiver is going to be Brooks Parsons. The backfield is going to be made up of Chase Street. Tyler Anderson taking the snaps tonight is junior quarterback number 11, Nick Preem, and that's the offensive starters for Magnolia. As we flip it over to the defensive side of the ball, the defensive ends for the Blue Eagles, Zach Hott and Kyle Ritz. Inside, the defensive tackles, Miles Hostetler and Joe Lettergerber. Linebackers, Peyton McConaughey, Carter Seckman, Hunter Brill. The safeties, Peo Halahingano and Tyler Anderson. The defensive backs, Todd LeMasters, Brandon Mason. We'll be covering the receivers tonight for East Hardy.
Well done with that Halahingano.
Hey, you know, I mean, I'm not used to saying big words. I sound it out.
All right, East Hardy will kick off to Williamstown.
Which I like Magnolia's helmets. A little something different.
Oh, excuse me. I did not mean Williamstown. I'm close to that team. A little pooch kick there. It's going to be caught upfield. Magnolia with the ball. The 40-yard line. I did not see who made that catch, but they're going to get pretty decent in that.
Looks like Halahingano comes up with the ball.
Blue Eagles. We read a very interesting fact about Magnolia. Up until 1933, they were actually known as the Blue Blizzard.
I don't think enough teams are named after natural disasters. There's not enough earthquakes, typhoons, droughts, anything like that out there.
They changed to the Blue Eagles in 1933 because of the FDR, Federal Recovery Act.
All right,
so
okay.
That was the national symbol. The number one rated team in Class Single A, Magnolia, starts off with the ball. They hand it off to number 20, round the right end. Good run there by Tyler Anderson. He's going to be the man today. I think we're going to see his number. We're going to name his name quite a bit tanight for the Blue Eagles.
Yeah, that guy butters the bread for Magnolia, that's for sure. And he will see a lot of work here tonight as he comes off the field.
And there's the well, I think they do shuttle in a lot. 5-yard gain for the senior, 2nd down and 5. Mark it at the 47-yard line. Nick Preem will look over the offense again in the shotgun. He does have 3 receivers.
Magnolia fans out tonight to support their Blue Eagles.
We got some movement at the line.
Magnolia looked to be a little early. I believe the referee will be in accordance with me.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That was just a slow developing play.
Yes.
It kind of looked like the wheels were kind of in motion in all their heads right there. They kind of took a long time to actually run the play.
A lot of times early in big games like this, your brain and body are in a different gear. they'll get synced up quickly.
Back to 2nd down and 10 for Magnolia. Nick Preem in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. He's going to look, and that will be number 5 in the seam there. That is Brooks Parsons. He'll make the catch. He'll make up the yardage, maybe even get an extra yard. That'll set up a 3rd down. And they will mark it at the 49-yard line, so that'll be a 3rd down and a long 3.
You'll see a little more conventional wide receiver screen here as the receiver steps back behind the line of scrimmage, allows his blockers to get out in front and set up some running lanes for him.
Good play development there. They were able to get up the field, and that will set up a very manageable 3rd down here. Just underway at the Class Single A Championship. Magnolia with the ball. Dual receivers to the right. Couple of backs in the backfield with Preem. Fake the handoff, roll out to the right, looks downfield, threw it in traffic. Ritz almost made that catch in all that traffic as well. It was bobbled, and Ritz almost was able to come up with that.
Yeah, it looked like Jesse Miller had a pretty good shot at intercepting that, though. Let's take a look here. I think this may have hit East Hardy's Jesse Miller right in the hands. Sure did.
Oh,
hit him right in the face mask.
All right, so first drive for the Blue Eagles will be stalled, and they will punt the ball. Back deep for East Hardy. I think I saw Tharp back there. Nice line drive spiral, and that will be caught by number, I think that was 20 with the ball. Those numbers are a little bit tough.
Yeah, that
to
was
figure
Tharp.
out. That was Tharp. He'll get it up to about the 22-yard line. And that's where the East Hardy Cougars will take over. Corey McDonald, southpaw quarterback. Dangerous with his arm, dangerous with his feet. He'll start with trips to the left.
Yeah, this team loves to throw it around, so let's see if they come right out gunning.
Corey looks to the seam there.
It's going to bring up a 2nd down. Look, it's down 2nd down and 10 for East Hardy here. 9:55 to go here in the first quarter.
Trips to the right, to the left.
Man in motion, snap goes, handoff right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. Possibly a loss of 2. All right. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. Loss of 2 on the play. East Hardy looking to the sideline. Quarterback Corey McDonald getting the play, sets up his receivers. He's got 2 in the far slot, 2 in the near slot.
Check.
As Jesse Miller's behind him, beside him in the running back position, and he's going to be pressured out, coming here to the near side, looking,
Takes
fires.
a big hit.
Oh, just off the fingertips of a Magnolia defender, and was looking for a flag, Mike, didn't see one.
All right, yeah, he took a big hit. I think that was a legal play. He just kind of left himself a little vulnerable there. So East Hardy goes basically 3 and out as well, 4th down and 12.
You can see, though, they want to establish the pass. Their run yielded them their run yielded them -2. Yeah, they want to establish the pass, but nothing going that time as they're going to bring on the punter. All right, they're going to be punting to, I can't see his number. He's perfectly sideways to us.
High snap. Might have even got a little bit of a piece of that. Going to get a decent roll. It'll go all the way to about the 42-yard line. East Hardy will kill it right there. Magnolia will take back over now on offense. So, couple of possessions and maybe what you call modified feeling around, I guess.
A lot of times teams will script their first series. They will have a set of plays that they are going to run. They come out at the beginning of the game, they're going to say, all right, here's the plays we're running regardless. A lot of them are absolutely just, a lot of them are scripted. Their best plays just to kind of get a feel for what the other team's doing. And that's probably what happened. The feeling out session is going to come to an end probably halfway through this quarter, beginning of the second.
want to bring attention to the fact that we have a wonderful sponsor of our scoreboard this evening, Smitty's Pizza, with locations in Marietta, Reno, and Belpre, Ohio. Thank you so much, and I hope you are enjoying the Super 6 on Network West Virginia. Again, Magnolia, number one. Pretty much, they almost ran the gamut most of the year. I mean, there was a couple of moments where St. Mary's was kind of the juggernaut there for a while, but okay. All right, let's go ahead and send it down to the sideline. Rex Foster has some perspective of what's going on down there. Hey, Rex.
Well, it's going to be another nice evening for the game, apparently. It's getting a little cool, but, still for this time of year, pretty darn nice. So see what happens, but I don't think the weather will be any factor again tonight. We've been fortunate all weekend, guys, with some great weather.
I know that we talk about what happened 2 years ago with the snow and last year with the rain. This has been a very, very good evening for football.
Absolutely.
Magnolia, they'll take over.
All right, Preem and the Blue Eagles set and ready for their second possession. Interesting formation, 3 receivers to the left. They'll put Ritz in motion. Preem gets the snap, hands it to Anderson around the left tackle. Up the seam for about anywhere from 2 to 3 yards. I don't know if he got quite to the line. He certainly did not. They'll mark it actually at the 44-yard line.
You can see right here, he's trying to pick that lane that he's gonna cut up the field. That is exactly what he's supposed to do. It's just nothing developed for him, and he had to try to make the best out of a bad situation.
These teams are very, very similar in makeup. I mean, maybe they have a different way of running the offense, but I think the defenses match up very nicely. This might be a real slow game all throughout the evening. Put a receiver in motion. There's Preem, and that's a nice cut up the middle. That'll be a first down. That was 33. Chase Street again. Well, we call it that 1-2 punch right now.
You see, you'll have the man in motion that misdirects the defense. Great block right there from the offensive line, Spring Street, and he picks up a really nice first down run.
Very nice run. And he very much is that finesse style back. You get used to one runner that you're dealing with, and then, okay, he's off the field. Now we got to get this guy, and they're equally as good and almost the same amount of numbers along the way. Ritz in motion for the Blue Eagles. Preem in the shotgun. Hand it. Looks like it's Anderson again. And he'll be brought down for no gain on the play.
He was gobbled up that time. The blocking up front kind of broke down, and the East Hardy front, boy, they have no problem swarming a ball carrier. Watch this. That's Miller again, looks like. Yep. Senior linebacker comes up and cleans that play up quickly.
Just a very rugged team from East Hardy. Big line, athletic linebackers, and you got the good coverage guys in the defensive secondary. That's a nice little combination they got going on there. 2 receivers to the right, 1 in motion in Ritz. By the way, his shoes are very nice.
They're very gold.
Preem will roll out to his right, looks downfield, receiver open. I think he got a foot down.
Yes,
that looks like a good catch.
Nice catch right there by number 5. That's Brooks Parsons with the toe tap, and will move the chains.
Right at the 30-yard line. Excellent catch.
Yeah, Preem got outside the pocket that time. A lot of teams will prefer to roll their quarterback out, even though that limits your availability of receivers as far as you only get 2/3 of the field. But still, you get the quarterback out into space, able to throw an accurate ball, receiver with a good catch, first down.
All right, so on this second drive, they are proving very effective. Moving the ball nicely, 3 receivers to the left. Ritz in motion. Preem awaits the shotgun snap. High, but he's able to collect it over to Street, and he'll power up past the 25-yard line to the 24.
Boy, number 50, Hunter Brill, was pulling from his left guard position, and he pulled fast. He had that snap count time perfectly, and he pulled out and was able to lead that run across the right side for a decent gain.
5 yards on the gain, second down and 5, 25-yard line.
Check this out. Right out in front is Hunter Brill, and he laid a good block on the senior linebacker, Jesse Miller. Sets up this second down and 5.
And Street at 5'9", he can hide behind those big bodies too and get a couple extra yards just from being elusive that way. This time the handoff goes to Tyler. He'll go around the right tackle, nowhere to go, maybe even a yard loss on the play.
Magnolia likes to get their offensive linemen out in front of their running game. You'll see it right here. The linemen are all pulling, trying to lead the back, but if one or two blocks get missed, that play goes nowhere fast. That's when you roll the dice, Mike, when you pull your line out like that, because you're gambling that they're going to be able to block that guy in space rather than down in the trenches, and it doesn't always work out.
And they're really anticipating, well, East Hardy is. They're fighting off the block. Sometimes they're just not even getting hit at all. Miller has been moving very nicely and making the tackles, and that one's for another tackle for loss. 3rd down and 6, 26-yard line. Preem, high snap, hand it to Anderson. He'll try to power it around the right tackle again, and he will not get much on the gain, maybe 2.
Well, he's had very little luck. Well, that Magnolia's had very little luck testing that tackle on the right side. They just haven't been able to seal that end, and I think Miller once again breaks this play up. Yeah, you can see him right there. Comes in and gets a piece of Anderson just enough to bring him down.
And Tharp was there to finish him off. 4th and 4. Decision time now for Sims. They are going to go for it. Preem down to one knee in the huddle, calls the play. They're going to send trips to the right. Preem again in that shotgun formation. Anderson in motion.
They might get the quarterback on that one. Let's see, because the quarterback was jumping.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Rex, how much is the quarterback allowed to move and bark like that as an official till you call the false start on him?
Well, he can move, but you just can't simulate the snap. You're in that situation, you got the 4th down and 4. So obviously Magnolia's trying to draw him off sides, and if he's doing something that's deceptive, which in that case appears that he was, then that's a good call by the officials so they don't give him a freebie 1st down.
Yeah, spot on, Rex.
4th down and 9, trips to the left this time. Preem now empty backfield. And another stoppage of play. I didn't see a flag thrown. Is this an official timeout?
Let's take a look. They're going to have a conference. Timeout from East Hardy.
All right, 4:20 mark. Let's go ahead and take that timeout with them. Back with more of this first quarter of the Single A championship game on Network West Virginia. Back here at Wheeling Island Stadium, all tied up at 0. Again, it's just been kind of punch, counter punch. Magnolia has been able to move the ball on this drive, but they have been stalled. A couple of their own mistakes kind of shooting themselves in the foot, and right now they're looking at a 4th and 9.
Just coming off of a false start penalty and a couple of ineffective runs. I want to see what Magnolia goes with here.
They appear to still be going for it. Preem is getting those last-minute instructions from Coach Sims. He'll send those 2 receivers to the left this time. Mark it at the 28-yard line. He gets the snap, drops back, looks downfield, airs it out. Receiver looks to be somewhat open. He actually had a hand on it, Brooks Parsons, but he wasn't able to handle it. It hits the turf, turnover on downs.
What a tough throw. That is a very advanced throw for Preem. He's going to go from the near hash mark back to the far side shoulder of the receiver outside the numbers on the opposite side of the field. Tough throw, especially in the double coverage. Still almost came up with it, and but still falls harmlessly to the turf.
Strouderman and Tharp there on the coverage. 2 bodies there for East Hardy, and they still almost got it too. All right, so the Cougars will take back over, 1st down and 10. Put a receiver in motion. McDonald looks downfield. He'll air it out, and that will be intercepted.
Somebody got a piece of that one, Mike, looks like.
And he'll get to about the 29-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. And that was just not a very good pass at all by McDonald.
Yeah, that one was tipped.
Let's look at the replay here. McDonald, a little bit of a bobble straight from his hand, and it will be picked off by number 6, Brandon Mason. Nice catch, and now it'll put Magnolia back in the driver's seat right here, mark it at the 29-yard line.
And that ball was definitely tipped.
This will be Street. He'll get around the end. 20-yard line, 10-yard line, up the sideline.
Just barely got clipped before he got out of. All right.
All right, we're now at the 5-yard line. Great run there by.
Was that that
was Chase Street?
That was Chase Street,
the smaller of the varieties. Well, he just hit that end and just accelerated, and still almost got to the goal line. We're in the red zone. 1st down and 5. Bunch the formation. Preem under center. First time we've seen this. Street again around the right end. He'll get to about the 1-yard line. No, they'll mark it at the 2. 2nd down and 2.
Almost rode his blocker into the end zone at that point. Let's check it out here as they go out of the bunch formation. Right there, almost was able to get over top, but not quite down to the 1-yard line.
Tharp with a good tackle. He just kind of submarined him. Preem will go under center once again, and again, everybody is just bunched them together.
That is the bunch of bunches formation.
Preem's just going to sneak it in himself, and no indication yet. Still no, actually no. Hand up in the air, that means 3rd down.
Yeah, they check out this formation. They have everybody just bunched together in sort of a nonsensical fashion, really.
3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. 2:50 left on this first quarter clock. Bunch it up again.
All right, that's going to be same formation.
Again, he's going to try and power it in. Preem. Still no indication. Matter of fact, we just did get the indication. Side judge says no. 4th down. What a great stand for the Cougars so far. He's going to have to.
Sometimes you wonder from a philosophical standpoint, why go to this bunch formation when you've been able to move the football?
Preem actually looked like he was heading in, and number 55 grabbed the ball as he was going over the line. Did you see that on the replay?
Absolutely.
He kept him from getting the ball to cross the plane. That sets up a 4th down under 2 minutes. They're going to try it again. Persistence. Side judge is waiting to see, and now hands up in the air. Touchdown, Magnolia. 3 consecutive quarterback sneaks, and 3rd time's a charm. And we're seeing the same play over and over again. This time they just happened to get enough of a push right in the middle. Preem was able to sneak in and get that touchdown in. Blue Eagles on the board first. Extra point attempt coming up. And he will line drive it through, and we at the 148 mark. Magnolia draws the first blood in this Class Single A state championship game. 7-0. East Hardy will get the ball back in just a bit. You're watching the Super 6 on Network West Virginia. And we are back here at Wheeling Island Stadium. Magnolia was able to get that touchdown over.
Yeah, after 4 tries at it.
7-0 is your score. Again, very, very persistent. Continuing on. 3 consecutive quarterback sneaks. And finally, Nick Preem was able to get that 1-yard score. Now they will kick it off now to the Cougars of East Hardy High School. 1:48 left on this first quarter clock.
All right, as we approach, we're under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
You guys not hearing?
Don't forget to check out our website at networkwestvirginia.com for exclusive Super 6 high school football action.
All right, it seems to be a little hold up on the kickoff here. What's Rex? What is that?
Is Rex ready? Rex, what exactly is going on right now?
Well, at the end of the extra point down here, you had a flag. I don't think you guys saw that. And it was a running into the kicker. It's a 5-yard penalty, and that's what they just assessed that on the kickoff, which is absolutely the right thing.
We didn't.
Okay, we didn't see that.
Totally did not see that. All right. So mark it off 5 yards. He'll kick it off from the 45. All right. He'll squib it down. It'll be picked up at the 28-yard line. Matter of fact, he'll just drop down on top of it.
Yeah, a lot of times you try to get brave and return one of those squib kicks like that, and it turns out poorly.
So the Cougars will take over now. First down at 10, 28-yard line. East Hardy's going to try and answer the Magnolia touchdown. And that, of course, was set up by the turnover. The interception from McDonald. And I believe it was Brandon Mason who picked off the ball and brought it up, and then that points off of turnovers. That's going to probably be a big issue throughout this ball game tonight. McDonald in the shotgun, 4-receiver set, drops back.
Well, what a blitz right up the gut, picked up by Miller. Gave the quarterback time to deliver a good ball, but incomplete. Looked like number 83, Clay Scovron, was the intended receiver. You see right here, blitz picked up the middle by Miller. Give McDonald time to roll out. One hop the pass, though, as he was looking for Scovron in the flat.
McDonald again now.
Brings up second down and 10. Back to pass.
Intercepted.
Ball, it's going to be picked off. Ran back for a touchdown by number 19. And that is Peo Halahingano. Interception return for a touchdown for Magnolia Blue Eagles. Wow, able to break on that ball and take it to the house was Peo Halahingano, the junior wide receiver DB. You'll see it right here. Drops back to pass, lets it loose, and kind of threw it right to him. He jumped the route and was able to take it back for the touchdown. That's going to put the score to 13-0 pending the extra point. It is up. It is good. With 1:33 to go here in the first quarter, your score from Wheeling Island, Magnolia 14, East Hardy nothing. We'll take a break and be right back with more of the AAA Championship on Network West Virginia. All right, 1:33 to go here in the first quarter of play. A defensive touchdown, an interception return by Peo Halahingano puts the Magnolia Blue Eagles up 14-0. Over the East Hardy Cougars, and Magnolia will kick it off now. Back deep to receive for East Hardy. Brett Tharp. Jesse Miller back there as well. All right, they'll tee the ball up at the 40-yard line. The kicking duties will be Tyler Anderson with the run-up. Puts the foot to it. Just a squib kick this time. It's going to be fielded at about the 35-yard line. Makes a couple tacklers miss and brings it up just near the 40, where East Hardy will take over first down and 10 from their own 38-yard line. They're going to be looking for answers here. The inability to move the football, trying to get it done in the air through the interception, return for a touchdown. Now they've got to take it down the field. All right, first down and 10 for East Hardy. Corey McDonald, the quarterback. Beside him is Jesse Miller, 4 wideouts, 2 each way. It's going to be Clay Scovron in motion, the tight end. Snap back, quick throw out to the flat. Ooh, takes on a tackle, rode out of bounds that time. Didn't get the number. Looks like number 20. Looks like Tharp able to take the catch, run out of bounds, stops the clock with 1:21 to go in the first quarter of play. Second down and 6. East Hardy working quick. McDonald in the shotgun. Bunch of wide receivers here to the near side.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, 5 yards, second down.
All right, defense in the neutral zone.
All right, we're McDonald's looking to the sideline once again, getting the play from Chad Williams.
All right, Corey McDonald takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he is under a ton of pressure. He's going to be sacked for a big loss by a host of Magnolia Blue Eagles. The play action fake did absolutely nothing at that point in time. No blocking up front, and he was not able to get the pass off. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 10. Back to the original line of scrimmage where this drive started from. And the clock ticks down with 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
That play just got blew up.
Third down and 10. Snap back to McDonald. Again under pressure, having trouble containing the rush. And he lets one go down the field. And that one is almost intercepted. Once again, the only person that really had a shot at that was number 84, Todd LeMasters, defensive back for Magnolia.
Incomplete.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for East Hardy. Once again, another drive stalls as they bring on the punting unit. Puts the foot to it, run up, makes the catch. That's number 1. Boy, he took a wallop too that time. Magnolia will be in business at their own 45-yard line. 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play.
Green will be under center.
First down and 10. Ball from the 45.
Timeout taken on the field. Looks like it will be Magnolia who will make this timeout call.
Magnolia, they're first.
23 seconds left in this first quarter. 14-0 is your score. Magnolia over East Hardy for the Class Single A state championship.
I've had a defensive touchdown. Was the last score for Magnolia, and East Hardy unable to move the football.
They are talking over everything they needed to say on the sidelines. Bream in the shotgun. Shifting on the line there. They're going to hand it over to number 5 around the right tackle up to the 50-yard line. There's a flag down on the play.
Brett Carson, Teddy Pichel on the play. Flag of the field.
His job is to seal that defensive end off to secure the sweep. However, if he's already engaged.
You are correct, sir. That is a chop block. Actually, that was on. It looked like he made the indication towards East Hardy.
All right, so East Hardy gets
That's a similar situation where, again, you get that sweep around, and then the defensive secondary comes up, tries to take out that blocker so they can get another guy to come in and clean up the mess. He went a little bit too low on that play.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be able to knife in between the blockers. You can't just go in and wipe them out. You have to kind of navigate your way in between the blockers to kind of submarine the play. Wasn't able to do that, thus the 15-yard penalty.
That will be the final play of this first quarter. Magnolia with the lead. Actually, that'll be that's the final play of this first quarter. I'm sorry. Some technical difficulties here in the booth. Your score after one quarter of play, Magnolia 14, East Hardy 0. Back with your second quarter. Super 6 on Network West Virginia. Now Magnolia with that 2-touchdown lead, and both of those touchdowns were the derivative of a turnover. The first touchdown was the offense was able to get back on field. The second one was just a straight interception return by Peo Halangano. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you were pretty good at that.
All right, very good.
Yeah, the first touchdown we saw was 4 tries with the bunch formation from 1 yard out. It took the 4 downs for them to get in. But yet, we haven't seen East Hardy produce much on offense at all, and now we have Magnolia with the football in East Hardy territory.
Well, Chad, Coach Williams did say that he likes to take a lot of shots, and he is certainly taking a lot of shots down the field. Unfortunately, right now they're just not paying off at this point. Let's see if things will work better in the second quarter. Right now, Magnolia with the ball, handed off the street, goes around the left tackle, he's got more space, he's up the sideline.
He's in, Mike. That's a tough. Oh, no, they're going to put him out at the 1.
He hit the pylon, but they're going to say out of bounds at the 2-yard line, actually. Great run for Chase Street, though.
We were discussing
to start off this second quarter.
We were discussing earlier, Mike, that Magnolia likes to get their offensive linemen out, get him out in front of the backs, and you'll see right here that Chase Street has a convoy out in front of him. He's directing his linemen, get this guy, get that guy, and he finally picks a hole and turns on the jets, takes it right down to just out of bounds at the 1, and here we go from the goal line.
There's that bunch formation again. Preem under center. This time he hands it off to Street, and he is in for the touchdown once again.
Don't need 4 tries this time. Took it in on the first try. Chase Street across the left tackle. Touchdown.
And things are getting a little bit out of hand right now. Again, this is a quick strike offense that East Hardy has, but right now they've got to make some stops on defense before they can really make any sort of headway here. On the field will be kicker number 9, Troy Bauer. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is through. And at your 11:45 mark, just underway here in the second quarter, Magnolia up 21-0 over East Hardy. Back with more. It's the Single A State High School Championship, the Super 6 on Network West Virginia. And back here at Wheeling Island Stadium, just a few ticks into the second quarter, Magnolia with the lead 21-0. And right now, obviously the score being the way that it is, Chad, they're also winning the stats race too.
Yeah, absolutely. Chase Street, as of just in the first quarter, had 42 yards. He gained a few on that drive for sure, and another touchdown for Magnolia. Nick Preem, 2 for 4, 23 yards passing. Brooks Parsons caught a couple of balls for 23 yards. East Hardy, not much to talk about. No yards rushing, and the quarterback just 1 for 7 for 4 yards. So not much at all going on for East Hardy yet.
And really the key is Corey McDonald has thrown 2 interceptions, and they have scored on both of those turnovers.
Let me throw something else at you. Time of possession, Magnolia 9:24, East Hardy 2:36.
Well, on at least one possession, maybe 2. Wasn't that interception off the very first play of the drive?
I believe so, maybe the first or second for sure.
So Magnolia will kick off from the 40. Number 20 will perform the kicking duties. That is Tyler Anderson. Stronderman and Tharp back deep. They'll line drive it, squib it up the field, if you will. It will be picked up at the 25-yard line, and he'll get about 3 yards up. Nice tackle there. And East Hardy will take back over now around the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, great kick coverage that time back by Magnolia. That's why they're confident in doing that squib, because you never know what kind of hop you're going to get off the turf. You saw it careen right off the shoulder pads that time, and if they have some gunners down there in coverage, if they can make a good hit, that ball will pop loose.
You don't want to put too much of importance this early in the game, but I would have to say East Hardy has to do something on this drive right here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
McDonald will be in the shotgun. He calls out the play, trips to the right. He might even be changing the play right now. He gets the snap, rolls out. He has to. He's under center. He's under a lot of fire there. Throws it way down the field, and the receiver just stopped.
East Hardy has had no effectiveness picking up the blitz. I mean, McDonald's had to basically run for his life. Whether it be the blitz or just a straight-up four-man rush, East Hardy's front has been porous at best. Forcing McDonald into running throws like that, where he overshot a receiver who probably should have kept running, unless he felt like that ball was uncatchable.
Two receivers to the left. Actually, one of those in motion now. McDonald will get a counter play there to number 5. There's Tharp, and he will get a couple of yards and some laundry down on the field. Side judge saw something that he didn't like.
That's a good piece of running by Tharp that time. Puts his head down.
That was Strouderman.
I'm sorry?
It was Strouderman.
Oh, Strouderman.
I said Tharp,
Okay.
but it was Strouderman. Let's sort out what's happening here. Legal contact to the head.
All right, let's go down to Rex. Rex, did you see the call? What is that call?
That is illegal helmet contact.
Okay.
So they must have deemed that the tackler led, with his helmet and on the play. That's what I'm assuming that's what they had, because that's what he's calling. Personal foul, illegal helmet contact.
So that will be a big penalty. Let's see here on the replay. Cut back for Strouderman. Okay, I mean it was helmet-to-helmet contact. He did come in head first.
Yeah, you can't come in with the crown down like that. That's number one. That's poor technique, and that'll get you injured, and it's a penalty as well.
Quick snap there to McDonald, inside handoff. This time to number 5. I believe that was Strouderman once again. No, that was number 2. Philip Mullen on that one. All right, well, that did kind of change things now. It gets a little bit of momentum going East Hardy's way. Quick snap, quick handoff to Mullen.
Good blocking up front that time. Boy,
he just fell.
Yeah, the turf monster got him, Mike. Jumped up and grabbed him.
There's some shifty ball handling there for McDonald. He might have got the first down on that run. A couple of good fakes there, Chad.
McDonald does have 1,000 yards rushing on the season, so this kid can run the football. As you see right there, he goes with the ball fake, opts to keep it, and picks up enough for an East Hardy first down, and they all of a sudden are in business.
All right, momentum is creeping their way. 45-yard line of Magnolia. McDonald's takes an extra look towards the sideline for this play call. 3 receivers, 2 in the backfield. McDonald in the pistol. He'll hand the ball off inside. Looks like Miller with the ball. He'll rumble for a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, Miller's a big back, and it looks like he's a good change of pace as he's able to plow his way down and pick up about a yard and a half.
During the season, he averaged 6.3 yards per carry himself, the big fullback.
He's really made his presence felt a little more on defense here tonight. Roaming that linebacker position, but that time gets the carry.
4 receiver sets. Again, they're looking at that Urban Meyer style offense where they kind of get the formation, then they look towards the sideline. McDonald awaits the snap. Steps back, looks downfield, is going to have to create something himself, and he'll be tripped down. Maybe a yard loss on the play. Nice. Mike was kind of a mixture of a coverage sack and also just a good inside presence there.
The Cougars actually did a fairly decent job of picking up this blitz right here. You'll see Miller step over, but just nobody open, has to pull it down, and at that point in time, the blocking broke down. Blockers got off of their blocks and were able to make the tackle. Tacklers got off their blocks and were able to bring him down.
3rd down and 11. So what was a good little drive that they were cooking up right now is partially stalled. We'll see what they have to do on this long 3rd down. 4 receiver set, 1 in motion. That's Strouderman. They'll hand the ball off to Miller. Boy, they did not bite on that whatsoever, and that's going to be a massive loss.
Yeah, that is just good defense by Magnolia as the blitz coming off the end. They were bringing the house on this one, Mike. Look at this. both blitzes coming off the ends, and yet another blitz not picked up.
Initially on the tackle, Zach Hott, and then he had a lot of his buddies kind of help out right there. Nice read, great tackle, and 4th down and 19. East Hardy's going to have to punt. Good snap, good punt. It'll be fair catch was signaled there by Tyler Anderson, and he'll catch it at the 33-yard line, and Magnolia will take back over. So the mini drive there, aided by that helmet-to-helmet contact there. Got a little bit of movement, but still nothing to show for it.
East Hardy was just kind of feeling out, trying to find things that were working. They tried the spread, throwing it around. That wasn't working, so you see them go to a power running game and an option running game. A little bit more success that time, but that stalled as well. So we'll see what the coaches dial up next time East Hardy gets a football, but they got to stop Magnolia on this drive for sure.
That's the key now. They did not get the score, but now the key is they've got to make the stop. Preem in the shotgun. Receiver in motion. Inside handoff, that's Anderson. Spin move, got him about another 2, maybe 3 yards, all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Once again, Jesse Miller, the linebacker for East Hardy, in on the tackle. He's been very active tonight, stopping up the Magnolia defense. The Magnolia runs up the middle.
4-yard gain for Tyler. 2nd down and 6. 8 minutes left in this second quarter. Magnolia with the 21-0 lead over East Hardy. Magnolia, a 2-time state champion. 2010 was the last one they had, the very first one they had, all the way back in 1964.
What a good year.
I don't remember a thing about that. Of course, I wasn't born yet. Inside handoff, this time it's Street around the right end. Boy, good coverage there by Tharp. Street gets away from him, though, and out of bounds.
Let's see if the flag comes out here. Maybe they just thought it was a continuation on that one. Let's ask Rex about that. Rex, was that a continuation tackle or was that extracurricular?
Well, that's a good question, and that's only going to be answered by that official over there. He's got to make that judgment. That's pretty close. I don't, he's kind of just spinning him around and then went down over there. I didn't think it was. That's a good call. In my opinion, it's a good call.
Yeah, definitely on the
replay.
Good
no call in that situation.
Yeah, definitely on the replay, Rex. There it didn't look like it was just kind of continuation.
Yeah, there wasn't any malice.
He didn't like throw him to the ground or anything. 3rd down and 5. They'll throw behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets away. It's Brooke Parsons out of bounds. Nice play by Magnolia up the field, close to the 50-yard line.
I'll tell you, East Hardy defenders have been in position. To make good plays, to be able to stop Parsons. It's just both times he's been able to outrun them, just flat out outrun them to the side. Check it out right here, quick pass out right here, had a defender in play right there, couldn't catch up.
Tharp.
Yep. And finally the quarterback has to drag him out of bounds, but not after a 1st down.
Right at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Magnolia moving, receiver in motion, inside handoff. It's Street. Boy, he's quick. Still on his feet. All the way to the 35-yard line. Boy, again, quick handoff. It seems like he's 8 yards up the field before they can do anything about it.
You are absolutely correct, Mike. And that was a beautifully designed play as it had the misdirection going around to the right, and the handoff goes right up the middle. And look at this opening. Not touched until he was a good 8 yards down the field. Good piece of running and blocking by the guys up front for Magnolia.
1st and 10. Outside the 35-yard line. Blue Eagles moving. East Hardy's not looking like they can do much about it right now. Preem in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Handoff this time to Anderson. Stutter steps up the middle, spins for a few more yards, close to the 25-yard line, close to another 1st down.
The Magnolia front now is beginning to establish dominance. They're beginning to dictate what is going on offensively, and when you can just hand the ball off like this, that sets up a world of options for you as an offensive coordinator.
On the field for the first time tonight for East Hardy, Casey Connolly, 6'2", sophomore, 290 pounds. He's going to try and gum up the works on the inside there. Preem will be under center now, bunch formation. 1 receiver split out to the left, receiver in motion. This time it's Anderson. He'll squirt away from the first tackler up the seam for a couple more yards. Still fighting all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, anytime you miss a tackle in the backfield, you look back and you say, okay, well, I could have stopped him for a no gain or a yard loss. You'll see right here, missed tackle right at the line of scrimmage, bang, right there. and then Anderson just takes it up the field. Going to be enough for a Magnolia first down.
Well, even Miller couldn't stop him on that one. He got a couple extra yards with Miller on his back.
Yeah, this front of Magnolia has taken over. Looks like maybe East Hardy might have to doing some run blitzes a little bit, start blitzing those gaps that the defensive linemen aren't filling.
First down and 10, 16-yard line. Preem in the shotgun, Ritz in motion. Handoff. This time it's Street. Started to go towards the middle, cut back out to the outside, and he'll get a couple on the gain.
It's interesting what Magnolia does with their tight end. They move him inside in motion. They'll take Kyle Ritz. You'll see here on the right side of your screen, Kyle Ritz there just stopped inside the tackle and served as a sixth offensive lineman in essence, as he was just blocking on a defensive lineman. And that is part of the reason that this Magnolia front has been so dominant on this drive.
When Magnolia has scored quick, they've had a couple of sustained drives as well. They're letting the time tick off. 5:22 left in this second quarter. Preem will put a receiver in motion. He'll hand it off to Anderson, this time around the right tackle, inside the 10-yard line on the gain.
And just look at the push up front. I mean, there was just no East Hardy Cougars with any penetration. Couldn't find a leak in the dam anywhere. You'll see. Just a push up front. Great double team block right there.
Just a lot of massive collisions going on in there. And the white shirts are going backwards. Preem will get the call straight from the sideline, bring it in himself. Third down and 3 inside the 10-yard line. Looks like it's at the 9-yard line. Shotgun formation.
They'll go spread now.
Multiple looks. Fake the handoff. No, it is Street. Left tackle, untouched into the end zone. Magnolia touchdown.
Absolutely walked in, Mike. No problem there. They go under center a few plays, then they back out into the spread, give it to the running back on the jet sweep, and he is in untouched. Check it out. Snap back right here. You get an offensive lineman out front. Got a couple of them actually.
Well, it was a perfect wall.
Yeah,
nobody could get through there.
Great job sealing off by the offensive lineman. You know, they're taught to get your back to the sideline and seal off, and that's exactly what they did to get him in untouched.
The extra point is straight and true. At the 4:32 mark, Magnolia 28, East Hardy 0. Back with more on Network West Virginia. Magnolia 28, East Hardy 0. And again, we're at a point now that East Hardy's got to do something. They didn't do anything on the last possession. And then we said they got to make a stop, and they certainly didn't make a stop. Magnolia marched the ball down the field very effectively.
Now, there was a disturbing trend if you're an East Hardy fan, because Magnolia's offensive line has become the story here tonight. They have been very dominant, whether it be just straight-up run blocking, whether it be their zone blocking, or we've shown that they love to get out into space. Magnolia loves to get their big linemen out and blocking on some of those smaller defensive backs.
If you'd like to order a DVD of this game, it's very simple. All you need to do is call this number, 304-422-6088. You can also go to the website, networkwestvirginia.com, and you can check out for more DVD information there as well. And also, you can catch the games online by going to that website as well. But order yourself a copy of this. I think you're going to love this game, especially if you're a Magnolia fan right now. Things are really looking in your favor right now.
Seems to be like the Magnolia fans should be in line for this one. But you never know. East Hardy is a quick strike offense with a very dynamic quarterback who has got to find some ways to make the football go into the end zone.
All right, now there must have been a penalty. We are missing a lot of penalties here. I don't know what's going on here.
They've been calling secret penalties.
I know. He will be kicking off from the 25-yard line, so obviously there was a personal foul of some sort. They'll squib it down the field, picked up. Contact made. I think the East Hardy Cougars got it, but there was some drama on that one as well.
East Hardy has got to feel like a deer in the headlights on those kick returns, because the ball is bouncing at them, and Magnolia's special teams is running 1,000 miles an hour, it seems like, right at them. So they just are kind of in panic mode when that ball is bouncing at them like that.
East Hardy will start in Magnolia territory. Again, not without the drama, but at least now they've got the short field to work with. McDonald will have a back behind him and one to the side. No, he'll shift him back now. 2 receivers to the right. Finally has a little bit of time. Throws downfield. Receivers open. Caught. That's Tharp. and he'll catch it at the 36-yard line, out of bounds at the 35.
See what those twin running backs in the backfield were in for was pass blocking. He moved the back right up beside him in order to give himself some more time. And when he has time, you'll see right here, he can deliver a very nice ball right out to Tharp for the first down.
35-yard line is where they'll mark it, 1st and 10. The Cougars have about 4 minutes to work with here. Inside handoff. It looks like, I think that was Stroderman once again, maybe? No, that was number 2, Philip Mullen. Inside handoff, got a pretty good gain on that play.
Yeah, East Hardy finding some things that work. And then that's the key. You find a few things that you can do, and you work off of that. It's almost like think of it as an octopus, Mike. The center of the octopus is what you're doing well, and all the tentacles are what you can do off of that.
That is deep.
That is deep, and no pun intended, because octopuses live deep.
Well done, sir. McDonald going around running for his life. He'll throw the ball as he's falling down. Was the catch made? No good.
Ooh.
Stroderman was there.
For that to even have been considered a close catch is amazing. Check this out. Pressure comes up front, doesn't find him. He just held the ball a little too long. That's why the pressure's there. You can't block forever. Finally lets it go, and look how close this is. Oh, just a foot out of bounds.
Yeah, his momentum was taking him out, and I think that left foot or that right foot touched before he had possession of the ball.
Yeah, for that to even have been a completed pass and considered a catch was an amazing effort.
3rd down and 6, still at the 31-yard line.
But an
empty backfield.
Amazing effort in a nickel gets you a cup of coffee.
Flag down on the play. We saw this one, and it looks like the side judge has already said that's an encroachment, neutral zone infraction, whatever you want to call it. It's all semantics.
Stop using them big words, Mike. What'd I tell you about that?
That makes the 3rd down much more manageable now. It was 3rd and 6. Now it's a 3rd and 1 at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, that opens up your options a little bit here as well. 3rd and 1. Yeah, you might, Coach Williams might get a little cute here, try to take a shot. Ooh.
Oh, he mishandles the snap, has to go to the turf.
And McDonald, a heady play from McDonald because he knew that there was going to be somebody on his face. Check this out. Saw it, and he just goes down on it because there was people there immediately, and he knew there wasn't any chance to pick that up and make a play. So he did the smart thing and just fell on the football to give his team a chance here at 4th and 8.
7-yard loss on the play. We're going to go for it. 4th down territory here. McDonald.
No time.
No time at all. He spins away from the initial rush, but the 2nd and 3rd wave come in, bring him down, turnover on downs.
This game has been won and lost thus far in the trenches. The inability for the East Hardy front to handle the blitzing and the straight-up pass rush, as you can see right there, number 54, that's Carter Seckman, just does away with his blocker, dismissed him, and then runs up and makes the play. Turnover on downs over to Magnolia.
Magnolia now with the ball at the 38-yard line, and even 3 minutes left on this 2nd quarter clock. And now they have a wealth of options themselves, too. They can just run a couple of plays, see if they can just get into the halftime with the big lead. Preem with the shotgun formation, puts the receiver in motion. Inside handoff, that's Anderson. Gets around the right tackle, hits towards the sideline, out of bounds. Probably anywhere from a 7 to 8 yard gain on that play.
A nice play right there and got out of bounds, so stop the clock, save themselves. And that, plays like that kind of may dictate, hey, we got a big gain, got the clock stopped here with under 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and try to punch this in.
They'll mark it at the 44-yard line. Yeah, I mean, you can take all the extra insurance you can.
Absolutely.
Preem will get the call all the way from the sideline, brings it in himself. Sends the boys to the line, split a receiver out to the right. A couple in the slot, one in the backfield, along with Preem. Put Anderson in motion. Snap, hands the ball off the street, trying to set something up. He'll cut back, dancing around a little bit. He doesn't get quite to the 45. Looks like they'll bring him down at the 44.
Yeah, sometimes whenever you're looking for that lane to develop, it doesn't, and you end up just with that. I mean, that's the good and the bad of these wide sweeps, is if your linemen don't get up and open those lanes, those running lanes, you end up with plays like this, and that's the nature of the beast when it comes to those wide sweeps.
6 tacklers on street on that play. 3rd down and 4, no gain on that play. Preem will assess the defense. He'll put a receiver in motion, that's Ritz. He'll get the snap. Little flea flicker going the other way, it's number 5, and he's got room. 50, 40. All the way to the 22-yard line, out of bounds. Nice reverse there for Magnolia, great play call.
What a play call that time. Caught the defense looking for this jet sweep, and then here comes the reverse, and he was gone. Great effort just to run him down as Brooks Parsons was just taking it to the house.
1st and 10, 22-yard line, and now business has picked up again for Magnolia. What was options now looks like they can definitely get another score here before the end of this first half. Send a receiver way out to the left. Everybody else is kind of bunched together. Preem again in that shotgun formation. Receiver in motion. Inside handoff to Street, and he will be met quickly and profoundly.
Well, very good penetration that time by number 78, whom I don't have for East Hardy.
Casey Connolly.
Casey Connolly, big Casey Connolly, goes flying in there, breaks up that play. Connolly goes at a mild 6'2", 290.
We probably saw him in the buffet line earlier today.
So. Yeah, he was moving people out the way.
2nd down and 12, trips to the left. Preem awaits the shotgun snap, letting the time tick off. Looks to the side, throws to the seam. It's Parsons once again. Nice little stutter step. He found a little extra room there, and then he will be brought down with authority.
Dumped on his head, but not after a good game. Ted Cassell was able to get a hold of him and dump him, but not after a gain, though. Check it out. Just a standard wide receiver screen out in front. And right here, bang, got a hold of him, wrapped him up behind his thighs, dumped him on the back of his noggin. And it doesn't feel good. A lot of people are like, you got helmet and pads on, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, it does.
Well, East Hardy does have an assistant coach with the last name of Orndorff. That was almost a pile driver.
Yeah, that could have been. That almost was a pile driver.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Trips to the right for Magnolia. Preem in the shotgun. He'll roll out to his right. Looks downfield, puts it in the air. Receiver open. That's Parsons. No indication yet.
Looks like he wasn't able to come up with it, Mike.
Okay, there I did finally see an incomplete there. That'll stop the clock with 20 seconds left.
A good time, looking and surveying the defense.
Well, he had lots of time.
Delivers it. Oh, just a drop-a-roos, all that was.
Yep, he was.
Got the alligator arms out for a second there. Short arm that one a little bit. The T-Rex arms.
Timeout taken on the field. 20 seconds, and we will stay here along with it. Coming up at the half, we'll go over the top plays of this first half, and we will discuss some stats as well. Hopefully Rex will be able to get a chance to talk with both coaches, one going into halftime and one coming out of halftime.
I'd like to take a second to address the fact that one of East Hardy's coaches is in shorts and short sleeves. Does not care. He does not care about the weatherman, the winter, the cold. This guy has no regard for Mother Nature at all.
Did you say East Hardy or Magnolia?
I'm sorry, Magnolia.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I see him
right
now
here
too.
on the near sideline. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's in shorts, short sleeves, and doesn't care. Right there. Good shot of him.
Enjoying the weather.
As everybody else around him is bundled up, he does not care. That gentleman definitely forgot his bathing suit at home, or else he may be in it right now.
No film at 11. Thank you, sir. 20 seconds left in this half. Magnolia's going to talk it over. It's a 4th down and 6. I don't know. Are they saying, hey, kicker, can you make it from this distance? I don't know, Coach. I have a feeling a couple of those things came up in that last talk.
I can try.
I think they said, no, sir, we're going to go for it. 4th down and 6 from the 18-yard line. Preem in the shotgun. Puts that receiver in motion once again. Inside handoff. It looks like a halfback auction. Wide open. Taylor Anderson. Touchdown to, was that Payal? Yes, it was. Payal Halengano.
I don't know if Payal likes the Dixie Chicks or not, but he was in some wide open spaces. There was nobody there around him. You know, a lot of times, too, there is a lot of pressure to catch those when you're wide open. Check this out, the old halfback pass. As he just lets it go and hit nobody near him.
I was going to say, and that wasn't a thing of beauty that Tyler Anderson put out there,
No.
but you know what? On the score sheet, that's a 19-yard touchdown pass.
Indeed, as the kick is up and good, 35-0 with 14 seconds to go in the half. Magnolia extends their lead.
All right, we'll keep it here. 35-0. Magnolia, the fans are going wild. You can already feel it. It's not even done in the first half.
Payal Halengano now has a receiving touchdown from each quarterback. I'm sorry, it wasn't from the quarterback, was it? That was thrown by the halfback.
That was thrown by the halfback.
I was going to say East Hardy's quarterback threw him one.
That's true.
And now if he can get one from his own quarterback, he can.
That'll be the trifecta.
He can lock up the trifecta for sure.
If you have friends, family, or classmates that would like to see this game, remember you can watch it online from anywhere in the world. A little scary, by the way, that anybody in the world could be watching us right now. But you can go to networkwestvirginia.com to check that out.
You could be on the sunny beaches of San Juan, or you could be in the nook of the north in Alaska.
How about French Polynesia?
I don't know where that is. It's in French.
14 seconds left on this second quarter clock.
Is that a place, really? French Polynesia?
I believe it is. I didn't make it up, but I couldn't tell you where it is.
Can you just throw like a country in front of another country, like English Taiwan or something like that? Can you just? That sounds like what you're doing.
I assure you that I am not.
All right, fair enough.
I still don't know where it is, though. I know that it does exist.
It's in French.
Sounds good to me. Tyler Anderson will tee it up.
Set the kickoff for the Blue Eagles.
Red Tharp will wait, and Stroderman, they're just going to squib it. That's been very effective. They'll pick it up. They'll cut it up the field. 10 seconds left on the clock, so they'll have one more play to run off before halftime.
Well, you know, I like what Magnolia does on the kickoffs. It's somewhat mean, but I like it. It's I don't want to say violent, but they just squib it, and their guys run 600 miles an hour right at the bouncing ball, which is bouncing at somebody's head. I mean, and it causes a panic.
And I think that's it's affecting them as they try to pick it up because they're thinking about 400 things right now and also trying to catch a football.
That is the idea, sir.
5 receiver set, empty backfield. Final play of this half. McDonald awaits the shotgun snap. He'll drop back, puts it up in the air. Receiver falls to the ground, and penalty flag.
Should probably have pass interference this time, because it looked to me like Brooks Parsons got a whole bunch of looked like Tharp out there.
That could have been one of those situations where he just kind of grabbed. It's actually a holding call, but they kind of grabbed because they knew he'd been beat.
Which is a legitimate play, 100%. I mean, you think, oh, that's cheating. Well, no, it's kind of smart. I mean, if you're beat bad, you grab him, because, 10 yards is better than a touchdown.
Prior to the pass, holding on the defense, 10 yards. The result, first down.
All right, so mark it up 10 yards. 2 seconds left on the clock. They got to get lined up. Again, empty backfield.
They got to give him time here, Mike, so you can get this off. But here comes the blitz.
Throw it into the flat, and he's hit, and the ball hits the turf. Will that go as a fumble? Doesn't really matter.
They're calling an incomplete pass on the field. Like you said, Mike, doesn't matter, irrelevant, as 0-0s on the clock here in the first half.
After one half of play, Magnolia definitely in the driver's seat for the Class Single A state championship, 35-0. Trying to catch, see if Rex is on the sideline to talk. I think Rex is trying to catch up with Coach Williams as we speak. I know he's in position. 35-0 is your score. Magnolia definitely in control of this ball game.
Now, Coach Williams is going to have some words for his team at halftime. It looks like he's got him now, Mike.
All right, let's send it down to the sideline with Rex Foster.
We're here with Coach Williams at halftime. Coach, tough first half. Seems like you couldn't get anything going. Turnovers, penalties, just no rhythm on offense. What are you going to do to turn this thing around second half?
We just came. I don't know if it was jitters or nervousness or what, but I haven't seen that team all year. The guys are a little nervous. I didn't expect that, but hopefully we can just get them calmed down and just get back to playing football like we've played all year.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Williams. Thank you, Rex Foster. So at the half, your score is 35-0 with Magnolia comfortably in the lead. We'll be back and we'll go over some top plays during your halftime. It's the Class Single A State Championship on Network West Virginia. Island Stadium, and to say that Magnolia is in control right now, a complete and total understatement. Right now, 35-0, and then again, Chad, it has been up to this point really a dismantling. But again, you talk to Coach Williams, he says he hasn't seen this team all season long. It has been a very self-destructive first half.
The look on Coach Williams' face tells the story. This is a team. He looked surprised. He looked like he didn't know what to say almost, and a lot of the numbers tell the story here, Mike. I mean, they are gaudy in towards Magnolia. 16 minutes of time of possession to East Hardy's just 7. Chase Street with over 100 yards and a pair of touchdowns in the first quarter alone for Magnolia. And then when you look at East Hardy, just not much on offense. As we'll take a look at some of the Magnolia highlights here in the first half, and there was a few. There was a few. Here was the fourth down touchdown run.
Now that was set up by a turnover, and that was the fourth attempt to try and get it in there right there.
Yeah, the fourth down touchdown run. And here's an interception. I believe this is the one that's returned for a touchdown. Peo Halahingano able to take it back to the house. And here we go with the Chase Street right up the gut, takes Carries Miller into the end zone.
And then this was the big run that he had close to the end of the first half.
Yeah, he was untouched that time on the sweep.
Just a great seal off there.
And here we go, Peo Halahingano with the reception from the halfback wide open touchdown. Magnolia has been rolling here in the first half of play.
You did bring up a good point on that play, too, because it was kind of a wounded duck, and he was sitting there wide open. What happens if he mishandles that catch?
Yeah, no doubt. The pressure could have got to him for sure.
Nick Preem, 3 of 6, 29 yards. Of course, Tyler Anderson, you just saw that right there, 1 of 1, throwing the ball 18 yards and a touchdown pass. Just right now, it is all Magnolia at the half. At 35-0. Let's take a quick break. When we come back,
we'll check out East Hardy's highlights, what there is of them.
That's right. It's the halftime show, Class Single A State Championship on Network West Virginia. Back here at the Island, Mike Cameron, Chad Richards, Rex Foster. And right now, the Magnolia Band doing a great job entertaining the Magnolia faithful during this halftime show. And right now, it's just been a continuation because the whole first half was quite entertaining for the Magnolia faithful as well.
Yeah, not a lot to show for East Hardy. They had a few plays, but most of them were on the negative fashion. Here's the quarterback just letting one go, and is going to be center fielded right there and intercepted right at center field, right at midfield.
Close enough.
Yeah, right. And the quarterback actually has to end up making the tackle there to prevent a defensive touchdown.
And they scored off that interception, by the way.
And then here's the big loss by Miller on. That was a third down handoff that got absolutely nothing. There's a fumbled snap. The mistakes were just mounting for East Hardy throughout the first half of play. And, a lot of those could be jitters. You see it, and Coach Williams said it before he went in, and the look on his face told a thousand tales, man. He was stunned that his team was that nervous.
Corey McDonald, 3,000 yards passing during the season. Tonight, 2 of 11, intercepted twice, only 18 yards passing. And again, those 2 interceptions, Magnolia scored 2 touchdowns off of, one directly and one after a little bit of a sustained drive after that.
Yeah, so we'll see if they come out of halftime with their legs underneath them.
All right, so let's take another break. When we come back, we'll have your third quarter. 35-0 is your score. Magnolia with the lead. We continue on with the halftime show on Network West Virginia. The Blue Eagles of Magnolia High School 35-0 over East Hardy High School, and Rex Foster has Coach Josh Sims on the sideline.
Well, we're here with Coach Sims getting ready to start the second half. Coach, looks like everything went pretty good in the first half. What are you going to do to keep it going here in the second half?
Yeah, the main thing our kids got to recognize is there's still 2 quarters left. East Hardy is a very quick strike offense, so we got to make sure to come out with the same intensity we had in the first half.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Coach Sims. Thank you, Rex Foster, once again for that sideline report. And again, Chad, I mean, by the way, Mike Cameron, Chad Richards, you heard from Rex Foster there. Chad, what do you think? I mean, again, you see everything that has taken place here, and right now, to me, and I think Coach Williams said it best for East Hardy, he was just surprised, and it was just so self-destructive for him. I mean, not only was the turnovers there, just bad line play, not very good passing out there. Just was obviously very uncharacteristic.
Well, you had the formula, Mike, for exactly what you see on the scoreboard here. You have a team that is inexperienced in this setting, coming in, playing for a state single-A title, up against a very, very tough Magnolia team. So you put them on the field, all of a sudden they got the jitters. The other team's big, the other team's fast, the other team's hitting them. The other team's scoring, your head's starting to hang a little bit. You turn the ball over because you're not focused. You're still a little bit nervous, and just like Coach Williams said, he does not recognize the team that he put out there in the first half. Now, I'll bet in the second half you're going to see some improvement.
Well, hopefully that message has been sent. And again, as we look up and down the stat sheet here, Chad, they had East Hardy had run 22 offensive plays for a net 3 yards.
That is amazing. Wow.
And as opposed to Magnolia, they ran 35 plays for 245 yards. Time of possession, it was just completely, totally on the side of Magnolia, 16.26, 16 minutes, 26 seconds, whereas East Hardy had the ball for 7 minutes. 4 chances in the red zone for Magnolia, 4 scores. That's good. That's pretty efficient right there.
It doesn't get any better. I mean, you can't become more efficient than that. And here you see it at midfield. They are reaffirming what they did, half an hour or so, or so ago, making sure that everybody remembers who kicked and who received. Wonder if anybody's like, "No, man, we get it.
Okay,
we get it."
Chase Street, 103 yards rushing. Brooks Parsons, 51. Tyler Anderson with 45. So you nearly have 3 guys with a half century when it comes to yards right there. So a very effective half for Magnolia. In the driver's seat, they just got to kind of, just patrol the water there for the next 2 quarters.
Who was it? Was it Bootsy Collins that said, "Just keep doing what you're doing"?
I'm not sure. I'd have to confirm that, but I'll go with it.
Bootsy called me last night, and we were talking, and he said, "Chad, just keep doing what you're doing." I said, "Can I use that, Bootsy?" He said, "Nope." Uh-oh.
We may have some legal people to talk to later on.
It's all right. Bootsy got boots with fish in them, so I can outrun him.
I have no idea what we're talking about now. Magnolia will tee it up at the 40-yard line. East Hardy will get the first crack at this second half, and they will need to do something right away. Tyler Anderson will kick it off. 2 Cougars back for East Hardy High School. And they'll squib it once again. This time it's picked up cleanly at the 30-yard line. Got a little bit of space to work with. Gets to the 39-yard line. That's Tharp once again. So you kind of live and die by that squib sometimes. It's not a horrible field position, but it's not bad either.
No, East Hardy has actually had really good field position throughout this entire game. It's just their inability to move the football is what's killed them. Turnovers, penalties, and just flat-out bad football, which is not so much them as what Magnolia's doing to them.
39-yard line, and we're going to see a 4-receiver set. They took some chances. Coach Williams says he likes to do that and did not look so well for him in the first half. Let's see if that changes when it comes to their fortune. He's going to pull the ball down quickly, nothing downfield, and it's going to go as a 4-yard sack. And again, McDonald, just no time.
No, watch this. You'll see Corey McDonald's eyes come right off the routes. Right there, bang. He saw that nobody was open. Little bit of daylight, thought he could get to it, but that closed up quick.
59 on the sack there. That was Joe Litterberger. Did we say that right? Leader Gerber.
As that's the worst thing a quarterback can do is look at the rush, look at the line. That is numero uno on the Ixnay list for quarterbacks.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers. McDonald will shout the play out to both sides. They are stacking the box. Full out rush. McDonald's running for his life, and he's going to throw it towards the sideline. And again, we're going to see an intentional grounding. There was nobody in the area.
This is a late hit right here. What this
is it really?
Absolutely. Number 83, right. Kyle Ritz, just lambasted Corey McDonald after the play. Check this out, Mike.
I just saw him throw towards the sideline. There wasn't a receiver
Bang.
there. Yeah, it was a high hit.
And very late.
So that will give them the first down.
They have got to find an answer for that blitz, Mike, whether it be a screen, a draw, something. Screens are a beautiful way to exploit a blitz. You let those guys come, let them get upfield, and then you dump it in over top. That's a great way to do it, but so far, East Hardy, no answer for it.
They are going to call intentional grounding.
Okay.
So that will be an offsetting penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. Penalties offset, replay first down.
Okay.
I think you meant replay second down.
You are correct with that assessment there, Chad.
So they get a do-over.
All right, see, that's what I saw. I saw the intentional grounding. They didn't throw the flag until later. I think they had to discuss that one, but the obvious high hit was the discussion point right there. Offsetting penalty, second down and 15, 34-yard line, empty backfield. McDonald's got to find some time. Kind of lifts it up there. Number 5, Strouderman with the ball. He's got a little bit of room to work with.
That was
up to the 42-yard line.
That was a kind of a modified screen pass that time. It kind of went out to the flat rather than finding the screen pass to a running back in behind the blitz. Check it out right here. As they let the defensive lineman come through, get the lineman out in front to block, and they really kind of did a poor job of blocking as well.
He does kind of split the difference, though. That makes it a 3rd down and 7. Very important conversion right here for the Cougars of East Hardy High School. McDonald looks toward the sideline. High snap. Got to get rid of it quickly. Down the field that we go. And, you got to get 7 yards for a first down. You throw a 2-yard pass.
Yeah, pass was complete to Clay Scovron, but like you said, Mike, you need 7. You take 2. Unless they're just setting up a manageable 4th down, but I see a punting unit coming in.
I was going to say McDonald off the field, 59 on the field. Ricky Robinson will do the punting. 6'3", 217-pound lineman, also does the punting duties, as we say. He awaits the snap, and it's a bad one. He's able to collect it, gets it up in the air. And there's a dangerous catch there. He'll catch it at the 34-yard line. There was a lot of commotion going on behind him, but it was good that he made the catch. But I don't know. I might want to let that hit the carpet.
That was or fair catch it, because that was a courageous catch that time by Anderson.
All right, so Magnolia will take back over on the 33-yard line. We said that East Hardy was going to have to do something there. They are a quick strike offense. But that's just another chapter of
until they do something to deal with that pass rush, Mike. This is going to be the tail of the tape here.
Preem under center this time. He'll put a receiver in motion. Inside handoff. I think that's Anderson, and he'll scoot up for a couple of yards near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a big dose of Mr. Anderson here this time. Handoff inside. Got their lineman out in front like they're almost characteristically pulling a lineman on every play and getting them out into space.
Showing a little patience there, Anderson did too. You kind of waited for something to develop. Right now, they don't really have to hurry with anything.
No.
So, good gain there on first down, second down and 5 at the 38-yard line. Ritz in motion, shotgun formation for Preem. Good snap over to Chase Street, and that time he's already got some pretty good penetration there.
Yeah, actually that play was blown up, and Street had a chance to cut it up, but he didn't see it. Right here, it's supposed to go wide, but right there was a little lane to cut it up, but wasn't able to find it and was tripped up quickly.
That was Tharp coming from his free safety position to get that play.
All right, big 3rd down here. See if East Hardy can get a stop.
2-yard loss on the play back at the 36-yard line. Trips to the left. Preem in motion. Actually, they're going to put one of those receivers in motion. That's Parsons. Rush on. They get the pass over to Parsons at the 40. He's got room. Oh, helmet to helmet again. That maybe they're going to call that one incidental. No matter what, it's the first down. And great awareness there for Preem.
Yeah, nice job right here. Preem getting away from the rush, finds a man in space, and then this is just good after the catch run here.
Yeah, it was helmet to face mask a little bit. I don't think there was ill will there. I think they both went low.
That didn't look malicious, yeah.
They do get it into East Hardy territory, 49-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Brooks Parsons is dynamic once he gets the football in his hands.
Split a receiver way out to the left, one in the slot, one to the right. Put that slot receiver in motion. Preem in the shotgun, all that just to hand it off to Tyler Anderson, and he's got room. 40, 30, 20, he's going to the house. And he does stay in bounds. Hands in the air, hashtag touchdown Magnolia.
Mr. Anderson, welcome to the end zone.
Anderson.
Quite the scamper that was for Anderson. Was showing some great open field speed, Mike.
He
hands off. Again, pulling lineman.
Very patient.
Pulling lineman, plugging the hole, and then he bounces it outside where there are no defenders, and then just runs away and hides, no problem.
Just had to elude Tharp there right at the end. Flag down on the play, and they're going to call offsides on East Hardy.
So Magnolia will get another shot at it.
On the defense, half the distance, try.
Troy Bowner on for the extra point attempt. They'll move it up a yard, so they got to readjust their extra point distance. High snap, good hold though.
Looks like he missed that one.
And that one goes to the left, but nonetheless, that's the only negative thing that we can say about that drive. 7:40 left in the third quarter. Magnolia in control, 41-0. Back with more on Network West Virginia. Back here at the island, and Magnolia just in full control. 41-0 over East Hardy, and there are no answers. If right now you're Chad Williams, you're the head coach of the East Hardy Cougars right now, what do you say? What do you do?
Keep fighting. You tell them to keep fighting. Find a way to make something happen. You know, every individual effort will be measured from here on out, and see if there's any quit in any of his players, and I'm sure there isn't.
And again, they're in a situation, this is the right team. If there is anything like this that could happen, they are such a quick strike team. I mean, their average drive's anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes anyway. They just got to find some time for McDonald. He has no time to get rid of the ball.
And you're also running into the fact that you can't stop Magnolia.
True. At this point, they're not stopping. So even if a score happens, you can't trade shots either. This is you've got to take full control. Let's see what happens now. Anderson will tee it up for the Blue Eagles. And Mullen will be back deep, and it looks like is that Tharp once again? It's a little bit difficult to see these numbers for East Hardy. They kind of run together. It looks like, yeah, that does look like the 20. Anderson's got it teed up, foot to ball up in the air. This time it's a little bit more of the line drive variety, picked up by Mullen. 25, just sheds the tackle, up the field. And finally finished off by number 58, but a decent return to the 32-yard line. 58 on the tackle there. It was Garrett Price.
Yeah, last time East Hardy able to move the football a little bit, got a few good runs in, but ultimately fell victim to the pass rush that has been relentless here tonight.
7:32 left in this third quarter. McDonald has got to find something that works, and it's got to start right now. Brings the play in. Boys come to the line. Trips to the right. One receiver to the left. That's Tharp. Miller in the backfield along with McDonald. Drops back to pass. Quick pass to number 5, Stroderman. Catches it at the 33, sheds the tackle, but as he was going, it just stopped. It looked like he had the magic lasso around his waist.
Yeah, somebody somebody manhandled him. That's exactly what happened on that play. Shed a couple of tackles, had a little room, and then all of a sudden somebody put the stops to that.
32-yard line, though. Good gain. 5 yards on the play. 37-yard line, as we said. 2nd down and 5. Miller, one in the backfield. That's Miller. McDonald will drop back. Throws to the light. And what a nice play by 84. He actually he tipped it up to himself. Todd LeMasters. He was going to try and set himself up for the pick.
Oh, check this out, the old tip drill. Looks like the ball was actually tipped at the line of scrimmage as well. And boy, you could tell he wanted that one. He was thinking pick 6.
All right, 3rd down and 5. I think you're right, because there was a little bit of extra trajectory on that pass. I think it came out a little bit more like a line drive, but that was kind of a pop-up there. Receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Yeah, they're going to draw him offside. That might be an easy 5 for the Cougars. It will be. I already see the side judge with hands to hips.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, 5 yards, 3rd down.
So it'll just be short of a 1st down. They have really, an inch to go. That might be measurement worthy right there.
I'm looking right down the line, Mike, and that's
as close as you can get if it's not.
I'm like 1 for 3. Whew. I don't want to put myself at 25%.
All right.
I'm going to say it's not a 1st down since they're just going to go ahead and snap it.
McDonald, empty backfield. He'll take it himself, and he finds an opening. He got the 1st down and a whole lot more. He actually almost gets into Magnolia territory. Where's that been?
Yeah, East Hardy finding a little something that works here, Mike, with a couple of quick passes to the flat, and then the quarterback run. The blocking up front that time held out and was able to McDonald to pick a hole and run through it for the 1st down.
When he's moving backwards, in a pass formation, they're catching up with him. That was just a quick strike right there.
Boy,
he tries to throw it towards the sideline at the 50-yard line. Stroderman just over his head.
You know what, though? That pass was going to get him nothing, and probably you lose yards if it's completed, because there was defenders bearing down. Too much height on the pass, the ball too high, and you'll see 2 defenders just right there. You can't really see them in the frame there, but they were there just waiting on that pass to be completed. If you're going to throw those quick passes, they got to be short in the flat and quick.
2nd down and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Receiver in motion. McDonald faked the pass, handed off to Miller, and brought down in a heap. Again, Seckman just didn't buy it. Finds him in the backfield for a loss.
Check it out, the draw not working. There is, when you're running the draw, you have a list of things. It's almost like a flow chart. It's like, are you able to pass the ball right now? Yes or no? And if it's no, do not run the draw. And that's exactly what happened that time.
Long 3rd down for the Cougars. 3rd down and 13. McDonald, a little bit more time this time, but he's still got to elude the rush down the field. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's caught.
Fantastic catch that time.
No laundry on the field. There was just a lot of tussling, a lot of repositioning, and I don't think this was the intended receiver, but it ends up in the hands of Brett Tharp.
Great job by McDonald to step up into the pocket rather than try to carry that out outside the tackle. He lets the blocker push the defensive lineman past him, gives him a chance to step up and put the necessary oomph on that ball to get it down the field.
4 receivers for McDonald. Get the handoff to number 2. That's Mullen up the middle. He got a couple of yards on that play. Effective.
Yeah, a little fake screen pass that time. Quick handoff inside. Picked up about 5. Right here, the quick handoff, and then they fake the screen. Gives the defense just enough pause to make them to make them process another play.
Second down.
Hesitate.
2nd down at 5 at the 24-yard line. East Hardy now moving effectively, setting up for another screen, and that's just going to get blown up again. 83 there again. Kyle Ritz, he read it from the get-go.
There's a flow chart. Can you run the football? No. Do not throw a screen.
Well, they're not following your flow charts very well.
I know. They didn't get the memo.
3rd down and 10, 29-yard line.
Also 29.
2 steps forward, but that was a very hurtful step backwards. 4 receivers set. McDonald in the shotgun. A little bit more time to work with. Nice line drive pass caught, and it will be completed for a 1st down inside the 20-yard line to the 15. That time he threw it with a little bit more authority.
If I've said it once, I'll say it again, and you're tired of hearing it, I'm sure, buddy, but I love it when you throw to a stationary receiver, and that receiver just ran a little hook pattern right in the soft spot of the zone, is able to come up with it.
And he didn't air it out quite so much. That was more of the line drive variety. 4 receivers set again, 15-yard line, fake the handoff, and McDonald will just get stuffed.
Yeah, those plays where he has to make a decision or the play is predicated on deception, not working so much against this Magnolia defense. Excuse me.
Staying at home and not buying on any of these fakes. 2nd down, 11, 1-yard loss on the play. Inside 4 minutes here of this 3rd quarter. East Hardy putting together a nice little drive, but it is taking a little bit more time than they're even accustomed to. They get it over to Strotterman, and he threw behind him. It would have been a very acrobatic catch, and again, if he does catch it, does he get hit right away?
Yeah, Strotterman was just turned the wrong way. The pass actually kind of went out in front of him. If he'd have been facing the right way, he could have just caught it and ran. But, excuse me, Strotterman was turned the wrong way and couldn't come up with it.
3rd down and 11, 16-yard line. Magnolia with the big lead, 41-0. East Hardy just trying to get on the board, get that goose egg going, and see what we can do moving forward. But they got to convert this 3rd down. McDonald looks towards the side, throws toward the middle, intercepted. It's Anderson. He's got room. Up the numbers, still on his feet, 50-yard line. And he'll finally be brought down by a trailing East Hardy Cougar, but not before massive yardage all the way to the 35-yard line, and that it's the 3rd quarter, but you couldn't see a better a better backbreaker right now.
That is a terrible pass by McDonald. I don't know if he was expecting that the defender to drop down into coverage or what, but he threw that right to him. And Mr. Anderson certainly knows what to do with the football once he has it. As you can see right there, takes it all the way back into Cougar territory.
Anderson will get a good ovation as he comes off the field. Preem gets the play call, brings it in. Inside East Hardy territory at the 46-yard line. 3:28 left in the quarter. 41-0, and trying to tack on a little bit more here. Receiver in motion. Inside handoff, I believe that was Street up the hash mark.
That Street with the take up the middle just gets the clock running.
Couple of yards on the gain, put it at the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for the Blue Eagles of Magnolia High School. They have won the state championship twice. As we said, they won it back in 2010 with a 28-13 win over Ravenswood. And then you have to look back all the way to 1964. They defeated Mount Hope High School 15-7 to win the Class AA state championship.
They weren't the Blue Blizzard then, though, right?
They were not. No, that changed in 1933.
Oh, okay.
So they've been the Blue Eagles for many years. Nice. Oh, tried to throw it into the flat there. Tyler Anderson had to bobble it.
I'm not sure how they didn't catch a lineman downfield because
I know that was
they
a
all
late developing
were.
play. 3rd down and 6, still at the 42-yard line, actually 44-yard line. They've got that wrong on the scoreboard. I've made enough mistakes today. I shouldn't be critical. Sorry. Set a receiver out to the left. Actually 2. 1 in the slot. That's Holingano. Under center is Preem with the receiver in motion. Pitch it out. That is number 5, Parsons. He's got room to maneuver. He'll be close to a 1st down, but I think he's going to be short.
Good job by the East Hardy defense that time to swarm that play as there was definitely a possibility of that play being broke because of all of the linemen that he had blocking. Just got enough of him to stop the first down. I mean, he had a pretty decent setup here. Lineman out looking for somebody to block, makes the right cutback, but that's Miller again, just being able to trail the play and bring him down. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Miller. That was number 58. That's Ted Cassell. Ted Cassell, I should
That's
say.
the classic Vince Lombardi. Put a seal here and a seal here and right up the alley.
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to go for it on 4th down. I think they got it.
Yeah, they got it easy.
Yeah, matter of fact, he's still going.
Keeper play.
Quarterback sneak that results in a 4-yard gain.
Jesse Miller. In on the play for
This has been a complete dismantling of East Hardy today.
It's been a systematic dismantling for sure.
Actually, they did not give them all the yards that I thought, but it was still enough for a first down. They'll put the nose of the ball at the 35-yard line. And the clock will continue to run at 1:35 here in this third quarter. Quickly up to the line. They've only got 7 seconds to get this moving here. 2 receivers to the left. Preem gets the snap, hands it to Tyler Anderson. He'll bring it up the middle, close to the 31-yard line. So, nice little gain once again. Just keep it moving.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. They're very content to do that. Just hand it off, keep the clock winding, keep control of the football. They've got the ball deep in East Hardy territory with just a minute to go here in the third quarter of the Single A championship. So no reason to really gamble here.
They come up to the line, split a receiver to the left and the right, one in the slot as well. That's Parsons. Receiver in motion, that's Ritz. He just switches sides on the line. Fake the rollout, hand it off to Street, and he'll be driven all the way back. They'll give him forward momentum, but that's got to feel good for a linebacker.
Ted Cassell that time changed the direction of the ball carrier immediately. And anytime you can do that, that makes you kind of wake up and take note.
You know, you look at this East Hardy line, you got guys 6'4", 6'3", you got a couple of guys hovering around 3 bills. How is Magnolia, who does not have that kind of size, how are they controlling the line like that?
Technique. You see their offensive line pulls, gets out into space, and the East Hardy guys can't get to can't keep up with them.
Well, that will close out your third quarter. Magnolia comfortably in the lead on this Class Single A State Championship game, 41-0. Back with your fourth quarter on Network West Virginia. 12 minutes yet to play here at Wheeling Island Stadium, and then we will determine our Class Single A State Championship right here on Network West Virginia. Magnolia comfortably in the lead. Mike Cameron, Chad Richards, also Rex Foster hovering on the sidelines as well. And Chad, just again, I mean, what can you say? I mean, they have East Hardy has they've had plenty of opportunities, and there's been a couple of moments where they seem like they self-destruct here and there, and then it's just consistent play by the number 1 rated team.
Yeah. I mean, we discussed in pregame that their rare resume, their body of work, very impressive. And they are as advertised. They are that good. And that's a very astute point that you brought up just before we went to break, Mike. The East Hardy defensive line may be bigger, but a lot of times the skill, which the Magnolia offensive line is skilled, takes over. And let's throw it down to Rex. Rex, how much do nerves play? Obviously playing a big role here tonight.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, small schools on a big stage, and apparently Magnolia was able to handle all that.
Keep going, Rex.
Oh, it's okay.
That's just another touchdown.
Just another icing on the cake there for the Blue Eagles. But, apparently Magnolia was able to handle the prime time pressure here tonight, and East Hardy just seemed totally overwhelmed by it. Even the coach, Williams, there at halftime mentioned that he hadn't seen this team all year, and I think you get caught up in the moment, and all that goes on here. Maybe it's first time being in the Super 6 championship, just too much. So.
What a great run there by Street, too. I mean, he actually went towards the middle, found a little bit. He kind of got lost in the mix there and then was able to get it back on the outside. Big run there and another touchdown for Chase Street.
Rex brings up a fantastic point. Magnolia could have adjusted to this scene a lot easier because of the caliber of people that they've played. They've played in massive games. I mean, when you're talking the caliber of Williamstown twice, Wheeling Central, the list goes on and on. So them playing on a big stage under the bright lights, maybe not that new to them, whereas East Hardy probably got a little bit stage fright here tonight, at least according to Coach Williams they did.
Well, and again, too, I mean, the opportunities have been there, but, I mean, I know that it all starts on the line play. I mean, Magnolia's been able to bust through the line. They've been able to break things up, not giving McDonald any time. But McDonald's thrown a couple of picks. Not very good passes either.
He's had a couple of quackers out there, that's for sure. But on the same time, he doesn't have any time. He has no chance for him to get a rhythm at all.
48-0 is your score right now. They get the extra point on that play, by the way, and comfortably in the lead. Right now, when you just got to kind of just sail away, and right now Magnolia's going to bide their time, and in a little bit they're going to collect their third ever state championship for the first time in Class Single A.
When you're down 48-0, it gets a little chilly out there at night, and you want some quackers with that chili.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. I was working on that one.
Tyler Anderson will tee it up. By the way, that is the third touchdown on the day for Chase Streets. He ended the third quarter with 105 yards, tack on another 33 or so right there. And big game there for the junior. They're going to put a little bit more air in this one. It's going to be caught by Mullen at the 8. Up the field to the 25. Big hit.
Number 21 for Magnolia.
Drew LeMaster
was flying down the middle of the field. And it gets blocked, but he just makes an athletic play and brings down the ball carrier.
Flag down on the play. Still some discussions going on. Now we'll hear the announcement.
After the play, personal foul. On the blue, 15 yards, first down.
I didn't see the nature of the personal foul.
And they didn't really say it. They just said personal foul. They didn't say if it was unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct. They just said personal foul.
Certainly
that right
certainly
there?
That wasn't it.
A little nudge there. Okay. Well, give them a couple more yards there. They'll start at the 40-yard line. McDonald, 4 receivers. Looks downfield, throws it towards the sideline, and again, not a very good pass. Strodman was open. I don't know how many yards they get if he catches it, but at least it would have been a positive play. Rex, did you see anything on that personal foul?
Yeah, it was a late hit. That's one of the old, what we call as officials, pile pickers. One of the Magnolia kids just popped somebody after the play was clearly over. So,
okay.
What you got? Personal foul, good call.
Second down and 10. McDonald going to look downfield. And that's when offense turns to defense. 83 was the intended receiver.
Was that Funkhauser?
No, that was Scovron.
Oh, I thought maybe Funkhauser was out there.
We've been waiting all day to say Uptown Funkhauser.
If you don't believe me, just watch.
I don't know where to go for that. Okay.
We'll get a third down and 10.
Third down and 10. Yes, and again, it was a situation really, number 6 there, Brandon Mason, actually was the one that could catch that, so offense has to turn into the defensive player. McDonald gets away from the rush, throws downfield. This time it's caught and dropped.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a scene that we have witnessed before here tonight. McDonald on the run for his life, delivering, at that time, a very catchable ball. But number 83, Scovron, couldn't come up with it. You'll see here, he's chased out of the pocket yet again. Running to his left.
Open.
Fires. Ball in the hands. Nothing. Oh,
that's frustrating. That's got to be frustrating for him. I mean, that was in his hands. Turns into a 4th and 10. Back to punt is East Hardy. Good snap. Ball up in the air, line drive. Fair catch made by Tyler Anderson at the 38-yard line.
11:18 to go here in the final stanza. They are just a mere 11 minutes away from securing a single-A state championship, our Magnolia Blue Eagles. The Blue Blizzard, Mike, I'm stuck on that, man. I kind of like it. Think about nowadays with all the unique helmet designs that they do and uniform designs. That would be so cool.
You know, it was a patriotic move on their part to do that many, many years ago, though.
Yeah.
3 receivers set. Tyler Anderson will get a shot now. He'll lose his footing. He gets a couple yards on the play.
I didn't see anybody changing their name to the cotton gin during the Industrial Revolution.
He'll set up a 2nd down and 8.
On a running clock here in the 4th quarter. Under 11 minutes now to play as Breen brings his team to the line.
Receiver split out to the left, as he said, under center. Receiver in motion, that's Parsons. Inside handoff to Street, finds another opening, and he's off to the races. 30, hesitation, touchdown.
He put the deke on Funkhauser real bad. That young man is, mama, there goes that man. He's having himself a night.
Did he give him the stanky leg on that
one? Might have gave him the stanky leg, Mike. Let's take a look. Breaks the tackle. Good vision right there coming inside the block.
Hesitation. No. So sorry, sir.
Yep, he did.
He's got some pretty good acceleration. He slowed down and then went fast again. Amazing. 54-0. And the extra point is good.
If I'd have made that move, my kneecap would be rolling down about the 15-yard line.
10:25 left in this 4th quarter. Magnolia firmly in control. Back with more on Network West Virginia. Back here at Wheeling Island Stadium, 10:25 left. And, boy, Mr. Chase Street is making a large case to become the player of this game. 4 touchdowns, and I guarantee with that touchdown run, he's over 200 yards rushing.
That's a bad man, Mike. He is here to play tonight. He's fast, too. He's so fast he could turn out the lights and be in bed before the room gets dark.
During the semifinal game against Williamstown, I listened to that game, and he was very big in that game. I think he was the one that scored the touchdown that put them ahead, and Williamstown was not able to close the gap at that point. He is a seriously, you know what? I said he was more of a slashing finesse style runner. He showed me on that one right there. Well, I guess that was finesse, but that was just straight speed.
Yeah, that is speed. That is
God-given talent right there.
I mean, I got all my speed from just hard work. I work just day and night on being as fast as I possibly can be, and I am.
I work on my craft.
When actually, the old lawnmowers that have the turtle and the rabbit, my gear is stuck on the turtle constantly.
You know what? Why do you have to be fast?
You don't have to be.
You don't have to be fast.
No. Now I'll tell you what,
as long as you get there, that's all about the journey, right?
I got some nasty closing speed on a buffet, though. Nasty, right? I'll get there.
I have observed that.
Over short distances, I'm very dangerous.
Amazing. Truly amazing.
55, they got the double nickel on them. 55-0.
Tyler Anderson will tee it up. They've been squibbing it. Now it looks like he put a little bit more force into that one. It's caught at the 15-yard line. Cut it out to the outside, a little bit of room. Tries to cut it back up, and it will be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And we're going to have some extracurricular yet again. I believe Rex called those pile pickers. Just players standing around the pile and just trying to maybe get a shot here and there.
Well, the problem with that one is that there was some extra. I mean, there was some words that were exchanged on that one too.
Someone was expounding into someone else's face.
After the play, personal foul on the white, 15 yards, first down.
That was, I believe that was Dalton Dotson. That was the guilty party on that one. There was just, again, the pile picker that Rex said, but then I think there was words exchanged too.
Yeah.
Definitely it was within the earshot of the striped shirts, and they decided that was not the direction that we wanted to go.
No, that's a good job by the officials too, making sure that this one doesn't get out of hand, because tempers could flare on the part of East Hardy being down like this in a championship game.
Ball's on the 13-yard line.
McDonald, he's going to have to do it himself on that play. He'll bring it around the left end for a couple of yards. No, excuse me. I thought he got to the line. Well, I think he got past the line of scrimmage, but where they're going to mark that is actually for a yard loss. 2nd down and 11. Under 10 minutes. Four receivers set. McDonald in the shotgun. Looks downfield. He's got to get away from the rush. He does have a little bit of space now as he gets to the sideline, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So a nice scramble there for McDonald. One of the things that Coach Sims said in the beginning is he wanted to limit the backyard football that the East Hardy Cougars kind of bring out there. They have definitely done that. But on that play right there, he was able to get out, get a couple extra yards, get away from the rush.
Yeah, you can see why that young man's rushed for 1,000 yards this year. He's got great speed, good vision. And he probably does have a lot of his rushing yards off of what Coach called the backyard football.
3rd down and 4. McDonald awaits the shotgun snap. Keeps the ball on the read option, goes up the hash mark, who will get the 1st down and a couple extra yards close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, McDonald has found himself having to do it all at this point. And that's got to be exhausting. And here he's limping a little bit, Mike.
Move the chains. 9:27 left on this 4th quarter clock. We're seeing pretty much the same formation, 4 receivers. He'll drop back to pass. Air underneath it. It's going to be another one of those jump balls. And I think he catches it this time. 84 went higher than the 2 East Hardy Cougars. Todd LeMasters at 6'1" was able to rise above it all and get that interception.
They're clinched together, but ultimately he comes out with it. Magnolia football.
And yet another turnover. I mean, it's elementary, my dear Watson, at this point, but still, yeah, we brought up this point before. You want to get that goose egg off of the scoreboard.
Yeah, aesthetically, just for the looks of it, you want to get that 0 off of the scoreboard.
Change of possession, 45-yard line of Magnolia. Preem back on the field. Awaits the shotgun snap. Again, that receiver in motion. He'll get the handoff, end around. He's going to try and get a little bit of move. Good block there, good setter, and he's out in the open field. And brought down, Teddy Cassell was able to knock him out of bounds. Not for a big gain. It was Jared Kakor right there. He's a 5'7" senior.
Check out the blocking from Magnolia. Mr. Anderson out in front with a nice block.
There's a good block on Scovron.
Then he cuts back up. Another block there, just picking him apart. And finally, Cassell has to run him out of bounds. Bring up a short 2nd down.
Yes. Mark right at the 45-yard line, almost the nose of the ball touching it. They've got to get to the 45 to get this 1st down. Preem in the shotgun. Parsons in motion. Fake it to him, hand it over to Anderson. He'll get the 1st down by a couple.
Anderson a little slow getting up, and I mean, he's had a lot of business tonight, Mike, so forgive him if he's a little tired.
Right. On that tackle that Cassell made a couple plays ago, too. I mean, he had to hit Kakor out of bounds, and he got up a little bit gingerly, too. It's just at this point in the ballgame, these guys are leaving it on the field.
Anderson come out, and then he went right back in. One of the coaches just immediately pointed back, get back in there.
Parsons comes out. Bunch up the formation. Preem still in the shotgun. What's Anderson doing? There he goes. He's going to find some place to kind of rest. Hand the ball off the street. Going to get a couple more yards. He was able to squirt out there Again, at 5'9", he's kind of hiding behind his linemen. They're getting the good blocks, and then with that acceleration,
he has such, that's a great word, accelerate. He has such quick feet, Mike. He's able to find his cut foot so quick. And he, like you said, he's able to get in behind the lineman, and boy, he makes the most out of it.
2nd down and 5 after that gain. Actually, yeah, 2nd and 5. They'll mark it at the 38-yard line. Time continues. Well, no, he went out of bounds, so we're stopped at 8:19. Dual receivers out to the right. Parsons to the left in the slot. Put him in motion. Hand the ball off to Anderson. Finds an opening. Stutter step. Got past McDonald. Gets past the 3rd level. He's got to get caught up with by East Hardy. Big gain, 1st down, move the chains.
It's like Aiden Funkhauser finally able to drag him down, but not after the 1st down run.
Mark it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Want to thank our scoreboard sponsor for today, Smitty's Pizza, 3 locations in Reno, Marietta, and Belpre, Ohio. 3 receivers, 1 in the backfield. They're going to wait, tick that play clock as low as they can. Parsons in motion, fake it to him, get it to Anderson. Gets by the 1st lineman, was able to push forward, maybe another half yard there on the play.
Wetzel and Vogel, and on the play for East Hardy.
Just happy to keep that clock moving.
Clock ticking at 7:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. Magnolia, a mere 7 minutes away from another. So the first one since what was it, Mike?
2010 was the last one, and that was a Class AA state championship. Okay. They did move to single A. I believe it was 4 years ago with the reclassifications. Bobble the snap, set up the screen. It's caught in the flat. That's Ritz up the sideline. Little stutter step right there from the big man. All the way to the 5-yard line. 1st down yardage and more.
Now, good job of running.
Look at him shimmy
running after the catch. He gives him the shimmy. Nice play design. Lineman out in front.
It's the shoes. It's the shoes.
He's got those are the gold tops.
All the way to the 5, actually 6-yard lines. Willow market. 1st down and goal. On the doorstep once again, Magnolia is. 3 receivers, 1 in motion, and Ritz. Kareem rolls out, and they're going to look for Ritz. Give it to the senior. Let him score a touchdown in the state championship game. 61-0. And the hits just keep on coming.
Oof. It's got to feel good for Ritz, though. I mean, it's bittersweet. As his last football game for Magnolia, he scores a touchdown for his team that will win a Class Single A championship.
Extra point, up in the air and through.
He's got an interesting kicking style, Mike. It looks like he kind of plants his foot after he kicks it.
And that will make your score 62-0, 6:26 left in this contest. Remember, when this game is completed, we'll give you some highlights. On the Magnolia side, there's plenty to talk about. We'll also kind of mesh in there the trophy presentation. Hopefully we'll get a chance to Rex will get a chance to talk with Coach Sims as well, and name our player of the game as well. So we still have much to get to.
Still got some business,
but we still also have 6:26 left on this clock.
And I think East Hardy wants to get that goose egg off. I mean, it's ugly. It is to be shut out in a championship game. You just, sure, you're going to look at that 62 and be like, ouch. However, you want to at least get a 7 up there, get an 8, something.
And I think depending on what they've done here in this 4th quarter, and it's not been much, they don't even have 100 total yards yet. So they just have not been able to string anything together whatsoever.
Do you think it's the opponents that Magnolia have played compared to who East Hardy have played?
I totally think that. I mean, you go through and see the resume of Magnolia. And defending state champion Williamstown, they beat them twice. 2 close games, but they beat them twice. St. Mary's this year, not as much of a juggernaut as they were last year, but they were still a true threat to anybody in Class Single A.
True.
East Hardy dismantled them. I mean, look at that score: 36 to 15 was the final there. So, or 36 to 19, excuse me. Wheeling Central, we know how good they are.
Yeah.
East Hardy handled them with absolutely no problem. This is a good football team. They've played well. Maybe Coach Williams is right that the Cougars had some jitters going into this ball game. I don't know. It's a big stage. I don't know. I just don't know. Everything has not gone right.
I mean, to see this big of a discrepancy in the score of a championship game is just so odd. I mean, I hearken back to the old 1985 Super Bowl with the Bears and the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
The Bears 55-10 just handled the Patriots when the Patriots looked unstoppable.
Well, again, and when we talked to Coach Williams before, he said he likes to take chances. They took chances, and they went against them in that first quarter. A couple of kind of floaty passes there by McDonald got picked off a couple of times, and not only like on one interception there was an immediate score off of it, the other one just gave them a chance to run the ball a little bit more. So points off of turnovers in that first half. The dynamic really did totally change, but yeah, there's just nothing in this game has gone right for East Hardy. No time again. He'll get a better throw off though, out of bounds. No chance to make that catch.
Well, here's something that I've noticed, and I've been kind of keeping an eye on this to see if it's not just coincidence. But McDonald is a left-handed quarterback,
right?
And the large percentage of his passes go to the left side of the field. I mean, we're talking a huge percentage. I mean, just from what I saw in this past quarter, in the third quarter, he almost exclusively looks. Think about the interception over here, and then the dropped pass. I mean, everything almost goes to the left side of the field for him, which makes defending him on the part of Magnolia super easy because you cut off a third of the field.
Mullen will get that inside handoff there. Try to get a couple of yards, make it a halfway third down. Yeah.
I mean, sure, part of that is probably the fact that he has to run out of the pocket, and it's natural for him to run to the left because he is left-handed. However, I see very few passes coming to the near sideline.
I'm going to look in the old handy-dandy program right now to see where we are with point totals when it comes to a record here.
Yet another pass over to the left side, the loss of about 5.
Most touchdowns in a game was 8. That was Wheeling Central in 2007. I think we're at 9, are we not? So I think this is a record-breaking performance by Magnolia right there. 9 touchdowns tonight. Most touchdowns passing 2. I don't think that's an issue. Most rushing attempts. We got to be getting close to 65. Punting attempt now for East Hardy. Good punt this time. Fair catch will be called by Tyler Anderson. He'll catch it at the 40-yard line.
Tyler Anderson.
Most rushing yards. I think we still got a ways to go there. I know it was Connie from Wheeling Central back in 2011 against Williamstown. He amassed 355 yards there. I guarantee Chase Street's over 200, but he's got a ways to go.
Ooh, that's
enough time
to go.
Big
number.
Yeah,
wow.
I think I was here for that game, and it was a heck of a performance. Just again, it was a situation where they just could not stop him. Yeah, I think we do have a record in when it comes to touchdowns in a game. Was the penalty?
All right, Rex. What did that penalty consist of?
I thought he said something about an illegal fair catch signal, but I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, it was kind of one of those.
I don't know that he made one, and then maybe he didn't get the hand up above his head. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it was more like a wave.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so there's your interpretation. Thank you, Rex Foster. Magnolia takes back over. 4:57 left in this game. Give it to Tyler. Spin move. Up the right hash mark to the 41-yard line.
I mean, you just see right there, you saw Magnolia offensive lineman laying on the top of East Hardy defensive lineman. They've just it's been the most dominant performance that I've seen on this level from a line that I can remember. As a unit, they have been absolutely unstoppable.
Well, we've talked about Chase Street being over 200 yards. Tyler Anderson's over 100 yards, too. I mean, he's probably hovering around 120 right now. Street back in the backfield. Pitch it out to him. Nice little stutter step move. He was actually brought down by Tharp's foot. He tried to do a little shimmy right there. I think, I don't think that was an intentional leg whip or anything.
No,
I think he was actually deked out of his shoes. I think he just got lucky.
Ooh, I don't know, Mike.
Okay.
Check the replay right there. It looked like he might have stuck his leg out. Rex, did you happen to get eyes on that one?
Yeah, I saw the replay. That's you can trip the runner, so that's okay. You're allowed to trip the runner. So.
Oh.
All right.
Once again, something I did not know.
Oh, that's another thing in the NFL. They have that leg whip rule or something. That's something different from high school. So
I don't know as much as I thought I did.
There really is a lot of difference between the levels. 3rd down and 7.
Maybe I'm not qualified to do this.
I know I'm not. I know. Inside run for Anderson, and that will make it a 4th down and 4 as they get it past the 40-yard line to the 41. Clock keeps ticking, nearing 3 minutes left in this single A state championship contest.
You see the score there speaks for itself, 62-0.
They have not even started the 25-second clock. Now they have. And they can actually sit in this formation for as long as they need to, at least another 15 seconds. Parsons back, awaiting the snap so he can punt it off. Very good punt. A little wobbly, but it's going to be a fair catch made there by Strotterman at the 25-yard line.
I wish they'd throw the ball to Aiden Funkhauser. I mean, he's kind of been in on a few play here and there, but.
Another flag. No, okay. I thought I saw a flag down there on the field. No, they're just switching the ball out. Yeah, it's got to be about pride now. We got 2:26 to get that goose egg off the scoreboard. And McDonald's back out there. He's going to give it another shot. 4 receiver set.
See, Magnolia has a man just playing center field there. That's Anderson as he makes a shift.
He'll roll out to the opposite side. He's got a little bit of room to work, and he gets a stutter step there, out of bounds at the 31-yard line. He looks like he does have just natural ability out in the open field. It's just right now the opportunities have been limited for him tonight.
Yeah, indeed. That is so true. I mean, you could tell that a lot of his, maybe the majority of his rushing yards probably came off him just tucking a pass play, whereas they don't have a ton of designed runs for him.
Scovron in motion. He'll roll out now to his left side. Seckman giving him a little bit of a rush there. They'll get the reception there at the 36-yard line.
Another pass to the left side of the field. You got to diversify a little bit. I mean, you have to make the defense play the entire 60 yards, sideline to sideline.
Nearing 2 minutes left in the contest. They do move the chains off that reception. 36-yard line is where they will mark it. Takes the snap, drops back. A little bit more time to work with. Now that window just shut very quickly. Carter Seckman got a little bit of help there, but that was him.
If he doesn't get his initial read, he is in trouble because there is no time. See right here, time to throw, gone. Now got to get out and run, nothing.
Peyton McConaughey kind of stuck an arm out there, stopped him for a second, but then just the door opened.
We're approaching 90 seconds till the end of the game, till we crown a state single-A champion.
McDonald's got to put air under it quickly, and that will be tapped away by number 84, Todd LeMasters. Again, it was going to be another jump ball situation.
Yep. Again, picking on the left side.
3rd down, 18, 28-yard line. he had to get rid of that one quickly.
He had yet another defender right in his face.
Looks like Tyler Anderson's day is done. He gets the ovation as he comes off the field. McDonald will set out the 4 receiver set, one in the backfield again. Again, we'll put a lot of air underneath it, a little bit of tussle in there, and the ball will be intercepted. LeMasters, 50, 40, up the sideline it goes. He'll cut back, and he'll be brought down. Final nail in that coffin right there.
Yeah.
Was that one tipped? Was there?
Let's take a look here. I couldn't really tell. Again, had a man bearing down on him. And that one is, good job tipping by, that was once again Brooks Parsons.
Again, it was another jump ball situation. He just puts a lot of air underneath that pass.
Yeah. As the Magnolia faithful celebrate.
Cheerleaders are quite excited looking.
That looks like a whip and a nay-nay. Or was that the DAP?
Okay.
Are you saying words, sir? Are you even saying
I
things?
just figured out what the whip was. I've got 3 daughters.
What about the nay-nay? You can't have the whip without the nay-nay.
I haven't got to that page yet.
Oh, goodness. You're on the remedial whip nay-nay program, aren't you?
Best play in the playbook. Victory formation. Preem takes a knee. Maybe twice more he's got to do it. Under a minute. Wholesale changes on the East Hardy side. And Coach Sims gets well, you know what? It's not a Gatorade bath. They're not allowed to have Gatorade on the field, but he got the ice water bath.
He's not happy about it either. I love the fact that he just won a state championship.
And now he's hacked off with all his guys.
And he's been out of shape. You know, it could be worse because we've seen the Gatorade jug thrown before. So, I mean, that's
projectile.
So at least he got the water.
They will not have to snap it another time. Still 18 seconds left on the clock. But New Martinsville, West Virginia, you can celebrate. Your Magnolia Blue Eagles are your West Virginia Class Single A state champions for the 3rd time. Well, actually, 3rd time state champions, 1st time in Class Single A. Congratulations. And it was a systematic takedown from beginning to end.
It certainly was.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go over some highlights. We'll get the trophy presentation to your final score. Magnolia 62, East Hardy 0. Back with more on Network West Virginia. And back here at Wheeling Island Stadium, we do have a Single A state champion, and it is the Magnolia Blue Eagles. Final score 62-0. And if my program is correct, they just set a record for touchdowns scored for a team this year. The record before was 8, and if my arithmetic is correct, or my multiplication, that should be 9 touchdowns for the Blue Eagles tonight.
In a dominant fashion. This was an absolutely one-sided performance. The score tells it all, maybe not even enough, simply because Magnolia was amazing throughout this entire game, dominating the line of scrimmage from start to finish.
Coach Sims now giving hugs to his great team this year, showing his appreciation for a job well done in this ball game. As the trophy presentation goes on right now, or is about to begin here on the field level, let's go ahead and go over some of the top plays tonight for the Magnolia Blue Eagles. I think it's quite a show, by the way.
Well, they were able to do. I mean, it was almost at will, Mike. When you think about it, they were able to score off the run. They didn't really need to go off the pass that much. They didn't throw the football all that much. They threw it to effect. They threw it enough to pose the threat, and I believe we mentioned that. That they would throw it just enough to pose the threat. We mentioned that in the pregame.
Well, they did. They had over 300 yards of production from the dynamic duo of Chase Street and Tyler Anderson. The runner-up trophy has been handed to the East Hardy Cougars. Great season.
Yeah.
You got to throw your hats off to Chad Williams and the boys from East Hardy High School. What a great year. I mean, I'm telling you, you beat St. Mary's in a year. You beat Wheeling Central in a year. There's a lot of teams that would love to say they did that.
Boy, ain't that
East
the
Hardy
truth.
did that.
Ain't that
just,
the truth? Even though this one was a stinker for them and it was a tough one, this was experience.
There's Magnolia holding up high the state championship trophy and a well-deserved great season. Undefeated all the way through the season.
Undefeated season.
First up for East Hardy. Number 20, Brett Tharp.
Brett Tharp will be named player of the game for East Hardy, so congratulations to him. And he had a, when you have to look at the who's who of what they did, he was the one that had the most production tonight. He had over 56 yards rushing.
Number 33, Chase Street.
Chase Street will be named player of the game and well-deserved, well over 200 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns on the day. What a tremendous
Yeah, that young
performance
man
right there.
had himself a night, Mike. Check out his numbers. Chase Street, 19 carries, 194 yards.
Oh, I thought I thought he had over 200. Nonetheless, that's still an excellent game. That's awesome.
Well, when you combine that with his backfield mate, Tyler Anderson, 19 carries as well for 130 yards.
Brooks Parsons, 58 yards rushing himself, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just from beginning to end.
What, 5 interceptions for Corey McDonald. That is a tough day for that young man. And Nicholas Preem in the air, efficient. 6 for 10, 67 yards, did exactly what he had to do.
9 touchdowns scored. That does set a record for a Class Single A state championship game. All right, I think Rex is hovering. He's going to try and get in touch with Coach Sims. That might be a tough deal right now. As that.
We'd like to thank you for attending tonight's contest. Please drive home safely.
All right, okay, I think we're having some problems on the field. We will take a quick break. We'll get that fixed. We'll be back with more. Back here at Wheeling Island Stadium, and final score 62-0. And congratulations once again to the Magnolia Blue Eagles with a convincing win. And now we get a chance to talk with Coach Sims, Rex Foster, on the field.
We're here with the victorious coach. Coach Sims, great job. I mean, 62-0, controlled the game the whole way. What can you say?
I think this is something these kids have waited years for. This isn't something this year we came in and we said, hey, let's win a state championship. No, this is something we tried to do last year. We struggled at 4-6. We were a young team. We all stuck together. We did our work and stayed focused throughout the whole season. So I couldn't be happier to see a smile on these kids' faces.
Well, you get the perfect season. Now you can go back to New Martinsville tonight and maybe have a little fun.
Absolutely. That's the plan.
Well, congratulations. Great year.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Coach Sims. Thank you very much to Rex Foster. What a fabulous job you did on the sideline for us tonight as well. And, Chad, what can you say, my friend? I mean, you look at the numbers. Again, East Hardy ran 52 plays, only 74 yards, whereas Magnolia had 60 plays for 478 yards. It was a complete and total dismantling.
That tells the tale, my friend, in a nutshell.
All right, well, I think we can wrap things up here at Wheeling Island Stadium. And we thank you so much for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Thank you very much for Rex Foster. On the sideline for Chad Richards, I'm Mike Cameron. Thank you for watching Network West Virginia.